Good day, adventures. This is more Drunken Blade with another Kinship's Destiny. This is session 5, Bare Necessities. It's brought to you by the Clockwork Nexus. Check out the Clockwork Nexus on TikTok and YouTube and all that great, fun, out there kind of land. Just put in Clockwork Nexus and see what comes up. Whom is doing the quick update from last week?
I think I got voluntold it was me.
Peer pressure.
It's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean,
You got stuck in a door. How hard is that?
Just remember the important details that we went through.
You
got
this. Don't worry about it. You got this.
So when we last left, sort of a side note, we had left Sabrina doing her adventures and babysitting with Glimmer back at the camp with the horses and oxen. So nothing bad could possibly come of that, or we'll probably find out here in the first 5 or 10 minutes. So that left us to find the Cragmaw cave / hideout, where, needless to say, something that probably should have taken 2 minutes to go into a cave turned into an hour and a half of shenanigans, where we chose not to do stealth for this mission, but to make it as blatantly obvious that we were coming in as possible, which led to a lot of slip and slide action with the dam being broke as a trap. During that, I got a close encounter of the reptilian kind. That slowed the process. We had a bridge collapse. Endymion got in a very tough fight that did not go his way. We eventually made our way up, where we essentially steamrolled the head bugbear. We didn't even get a chance to question him, but we were luckily able to subdue one of the goblin henchmen, thugs, minion, and we didn't really learn a lot from him either, because he wasn't telling us nothing, and we kind of let him and his buddy go. That probably will not be an issue later on. But we did find our good buddy Sildar's body. He was not dead, but he was extremely beat up. We carried his lifeless, still alive body back to camp, and that's about where we left off.
Just full ragdoll hitting the cavern wall on the way out.
Yeah. And Ken's muted.
Shanoa, there was also another thing.
Oh, and we have another sort of a temporary companion in Toothjaw that does not start with an F. Because that was Glimmer's best buddy, wolf companion, that she helped take care of, and we're going to try to take them back. Oh, and then there was a random skeleton that exploded. Because I couldn't hit anything.
Could anyone?
Just said poof.
Poof.
No, Shanoa hit the skeleton, again, I'm pretty sure.
Hey, how many skeletons have you ever hit? I don't know. They all probably spontaneously combust like that.
Fun fact, all things have skeletons. Okay, most things have skeletons. Rocks don't have skeletons.
Oozes don't have skeletons.
My new snail character doesn't have a skeleton. Anyway, all right. So, after leaving the cavern, they also, if they can remember, there were quite a lot of stores.
There were crates with the blue lion symbol.
Right. That they don't. There's enough to fill at least a couple of wagons, but their 2 wagons were full. They had made some agreement to maybe get to the town, let somebody know they were there. or they could go back and get them themselves. You guys can figure that out. You also have Sildar Hallwinter with you. And nobody's really said much to him. And then I need let's make it easy. Kithwin, I need a animal handling check. And then from each of you, I just need one perception check for me before we get things started. I don't need a group one this time, just an individual one.
That's a 10 on the animal handling.
All right. Endymion, what did you get for your perception check?
18.
Kithwin.
It rolled and then the browser shit the bed. Hang on 1 second.
No problem. Malukes?
12.
It's a 14, I believe.
Okay. Shanoa?
19.
Sabrina?
24.
Thorndrin? You're muted again, brother.
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Sweet. I can do that. That is the thing in which I can do. Maybe. Perception. Awesome. Got it. You know what? That would be an 18.
Awesome. Awesome sauciness. So we're going to put this, that battle only took that whole entire experience was probably less than an hour. And also you're searching maybe an hour and 10, 15 minutes. So it was sunrise. It's probably not even close to 9 o'clock at this point in time, 9 a.m. What would you guys like to do?
First, the frames might need to be fixed a bit. Secondly, are we still back at the cavern for the Cragmaws, or are we on our way back?
You guys are just exiting that with whatever you wanted to do.
All right, so someone's got their hands on that bag, I'm pretty sure. And then between everything, there was a bunch of coinage and stuff that hopefully somebody wrote down all of this.
Is Sildar able to walk, or is he just like a dead weight potato sack?
No, he's able to walk. He can walk. He's walking along. He's kind of gathering himself. But again, he wasn't with you when you went into that back area. And so in that back area, once you guys searched everything, of course, you found the crates, but you found what you determined. Well, you kind of think that it's a bag of holding, which, surprise, it is. It was turned inside out where a couple of items had smashed to the ground and were deemed useless, but there was 3 potions inside. There were 2 backpacks. We'll call those the backpacks. The dungeoneering ones, whatever's inside of those, minus any liquid or food. So there's no rations in them. There's no liquid. There's no extra oil or anything like that. There were 3 potion bottles that you found. There were 2 swords that you found, and 1 bow and 1 quiver of arrows. That's what you found in there. And then when you also found the small chest, it had a bunch of coinage in it, and it had 2 potions that looked quite similar to healing potions. That was really it. You guys are kind of carrying that stuff out. making your way out of the cave back towards where you left Sabrina and your newfound gremlin friend.
I'm just using up my rations, just trying to get the wolf to follow me back because I just like once I just need him to like me long enough to get him to Glimmer. Like it doesn't have to be an eternal bond.
No, and I took that into consideration. I just wanted to hear you say you were still doing that, so we're
absolutely.
We're reluctantly, but still kind of following you, like that, that lost dog. Not too close, but still interested enough to pick up some food scraps and kind of eat them up a little bit. What else you guys doing?
So as we're walking, so Sildar, what happened? Do you know, is Uncle still alive?
He tells you that he's overheard actually quite a few things. Someone named the Spider actually hired Clark to basically ambush him or find him on this roadside. It wasn't clear on how they knew you were coming or what indicators there were to point that person out, but that you two were separated once you went into the cave, and you have not seen him since. You don't believe that he was in the hideout or cave for very long, probably not even a few hours, but he cannot confirm nor deny that.
Because
So,
we got ambushed when we saw yours and Uncle's horses. They raided everything. The only thing kind of odd we found was this map tube, but there was nothing in it. Do you know what was in it, or is that what they were looking for? Or
well, let me ask you this: who are you? I mean, I'm very grateful for you rescuing me, and as soon as I get some coinage on myself, I'll be happy to give you some coinage for that. Possibly, if you could at least escort me to Phandalin. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you're doing here, but if you could escort me to Phandalin, I'd be more than happy to make it worth your while. But nevertheless, I don't know who you are.
Well, fun fact: we are going to Phandalin, right? That's still the plan, right, guys?
well, we need to get our carts, and then that was the next step. But
I mean, yeah.
You don't know who we are?
I don't think Sildar's from Bloodblessed, is he?
But I guess
he-
out of game would.
No, he was in Floodbless, and he's seen some of you, and he's seen Thordrin, but at this particular point in time, he's not kind of all there.
I think we should get him back and get him some rest and see if maybe things come back to him a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I mean, he was beaten up pretty badly. So
this has head injury written all over it.
Yeah.
CTE.
Well, we've got Thordrin over here. That's Gundren's nephew. So, I mean, surprise, we're helpful.
No, you seem like he recognizes you, but he's still asking that question: who are you? What are you doing here? What's going on? I mean, the backstory, the whole thing. He was there the entire time, where Thordrin, at least, at minimum, and Shanoa, at minimum, were making the plans to go to Phandalin. But given the fact that he's been beaten for the past, this is probably 24 hours, but beaten for information, whatever the information was. But what he's been able to gather may come back to him. He might just need a really good night's sleep and some good food.
Guys, I think he's delirious. Do you want some water?
Very much so. But he's been scooping water out of the creek as you guys are going, though.
Oh man.
But,
okay.
But yeah, this is a little bit cleaner, maybe, but still.
Yeah, I just gave him the bottle. It's pure, clean water, and just reactivate it every once in a while. So enjoy 6 seconds of taking a gallon to the face.
Is it possible that you've seen my equipment or recovered my equipment?
Anything
I
that was
guess,
with the horses would have gone back to the cart. If it was in the cave, I don't know.
could it be one of these bags? Does it have? Did you have it marked in any way?
Yeah, it would have. His would have been clearly marked with a Lord's Alliance brand or logo, and those are not. None of that stuff is his equipment. Just to let you know.
Property of Sildar on rent.
Yes. Return to Neverwinter, P.O. Box.
Is his name sewn in his underwear that's in the pack? Oh, yeah.
God damn it, you stole the joke from me.
But it says Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it's Monday.
Got my Monday drawers on. It's Friday.
But
So
it's
as you guys are
October.
making your way back, kind of avoiding the pit, maybe chuckling a little bit as you go by and giving Thordrin
Watch your step.
a little bump towards it. You guys start to come up on the area in which you know that you left Sabrina and Glimmer at, along with the wagons, 4 oxen and 2 horses. About 50 to 60 feet away. What would you guys like to do?
Maybe make like a whistle to alert them that we're coming.
And what does that whistle sound like?
I can't whistle, so just
Is
pretend.
it a train whistle? Is it a bird whistle?
It's
Is it
kind of
is
like,
it a harmonic vibration born
Yes,
from the throat, extruding
yeah.
from the
According to
large
Webster-
cavity that is within your chest, sir?
according to Webster's dictionary, whatever whisper or whistle is, that.
Sabrina, you hear a little whistle. Sounds a little girly.
Sabrina, who has
Can't
been
whistle anyway.
very enthusiastically training Glimmer on how to dodge. Glimmer would be somewhere hidden because she hasn't shot the next shot yet. Sabrina hears the whistle and kind of like realizes, yeah, that's most likely one of them. Calls to Glimmer. I can't whistle, so I'm not even gonna try. Calls to Glimmer, just kind of like, hey, get down. Glimmer,
Okay.
I guess,
okay.
pop up from where she was.
All right. Why? What's going on?
I think they're back.
Oh, good. And she just bolts down the road.
Sabrina puts away the daggers she had in her hands that she was like flicking for the Glimmer to dodge.
And you all definitely see out of the bushes down this little path where you know that Glimmer comes running around the corner. Let me see something.
Watch out for the caltrips.
He picked them up.
Good girl.
I do recall him picking them up, but
There's one more.
Hey, what'd you guys find? As soon as Glimmer comes around the corner, what is our marching order, please?
I would be first.
Okay, so we're gonna put Sildar standing next to you because you were talking to him last. Who's directly behind?
I might be. It depends on how far back the Toothjaw is riding, because I'd be near him just every so once in a while, just dropping some food. So that'll either be towards the back because he probably doesn't want to be near everybody else.
I mean, you guys can be in a little ball of people. It won't bother me. I just need to have an understanding of where you are. Shinoa will make this easy. Make a dexterity saving throw. Never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
I got to roll my first one of the day. As soon as Glimmer comes around the corner, Sildar kind of bucks a little bit. What the? And goes and grabs the hilt of your or mistakes the hilt what's supposed to be the hilt of your sword and grabs a hold of your belt at some point and is right now kind of trying to grab your sword out of the sheath.
What the hell are you doing?
Goblin! Goblin!
That's Glimmer. She's nice. Full mom voice.
You know what you got to do. What kind of check do we need?
Persuasion?
Sure.
No, punch.
Intimidation.
I will help her
Intimidation.
with
I'm
that.
just going to punch him in the back of the forehead.
That's 24, so I don't think I need help.
You know what happened last time she punched somebody?
That is a 24 persuasion.
Yeah, he reluctantly, like, he is very cautious looking. I mean, that's all I can say. I mean, he hears you kind of calms down, but still is like, but that's a goblin. And Glimmer's just
That's a child.
Comes running up and grabs onto probably, some portion of your armament, looking for a hand, but at this point in time has not recognized Toothjaw on the back.
Hey, I got a surprise for you.
What?
And I just I gesture down to Toothjaw. Is that your buddy?
Goes running down.
I give her the last little portion of my rations to go and make friends.
She's already gone.
Okay.
Like a little kid. Huh? What? And just giant I mean, this thing's taller than her, but just this massive hug, big licks, just this gross filth just combining and just this embrace. Got the little roll, the little rollover, not fully submissive, but at least here's my belly kind of thing going on. And Sildar's quite confused. After spending a day being beaten up by goblins and a bugbear. There's a goblin all of a sudden. Thordrin, what are you doing? You're muted on your screen.
There we go. Sweet. Great day. Thordrin is getting frustrated, is what Thordrin is doing. He just wants to know where his uncle's at, man. And he's getting frustrated that they can't find him. Getting frustrated that that Sildar seems to be bumped on the head. He has no real patience for anything that's going on right now.
No problem. Right now, other than for Sildar himself, other than some basic knowledge, he does seem a little bit out of it. But again, he does know that he needs you to take him to Phandalin. He even starts to walk down the road, and you noticeably see that you're supposed to take a left, and he takes a right. He's going the wrong direction. I mean, he's not even waiting. He's just like walking.
Sildar, why don't you get in one of the back of the carts? You need to rest.
Yeah, I'll help get him there.
Very well, then. And he kind of gets on the cart. It's not reluctantly, but he's just kind of doesn't seem 100%.
I'm no expert on head injuries, but should we let him sleep, or is that bad?
Well, if it does get bad, apparently Thortrin could do something about that. So, how you feeling, champ? Need to get some shut eye sleep.
If he's concussed, he should not be taking a nap.
What do we know about concussions?
Medical check.
Do you have any special spells left? Or are you tapped out, Thordrin?
I didn't use anything last time. I still got all my spells.
Well, healing needed. Do you have something that can help?
I don't know if Cure Wounds takes care of concussions, but
It's
I can
magic.
go for it.
It might do something.
It's magic.
Can you cure concussion?
I don't know. DM, does cure wounds take care of concussions? Is concussions a wound?
Well, technically it is. It is a wound to the brain when it smacks up against the skull.
All right,
sure.
then I'll just walk up to him and palm to the face, and I will cure
High
wounds.
five.
Cast it through your hammer and hit him in the head with the hammer.
All cure wounds done with a hand is now a high five. High five.
High five, bro.
Oh, you don't do butt pat cure wound?
Rub some dirt on it.
I'm writing that down so we remember.
No.
If you do the butt tap, that's a +10. If you do the high five, well, of course it's a high five, so it's 5.
No, it only works. Cure wounds only works when you slap on the ass if you say "good game."
Good game.
Then it works. Otherwise, it's just weird.
With Thorgrim being anxious and Sildar seeming the glossiness from his eyes being removed a little bit, how much did he regain? I need that number.
I don't know, 1 billion.
Sure, I'll mark that down as 27.
That would be 11.
Okay, so his HP is at 12 right now. Endymion, what you doing?
Well, since I was walking in and I saw the Glimmer and Sabrina, I just remembered that I'm covered in blood, mostly mine. So I'm just gonna walk by Sabrina real quick and be like, "In Inferno," and tell her, "Oh, I need to talk to you real quick later, when you can." I'm just gonna go to the creek and start washing myself off.
Is it about why you look like someone stabbed you?
Maybe.
Thorgrim walks by. It's because he did get stabbed. A lot.
Sabrina
And
will
a
turn
snake
to
bit him.
Gordon
Stab
and
anybody
shoot
else.
him a evil glare. Like I'm gonna get you in a minute. Give me a sec, kind of glare.
Why are you looking at him like that? We've all been stabbed. Am I the only one? I'm not the only one.
Because to
am I?
Sabrina, this was your idea.
Yeah, well,
Could
he knew what he signed up for.
He could have been attacked by a giant snake. Or a rushing river.
All of you guys are whining so much, like, "Oh, I haven't died before." Not
I
that
had
big a
fun.
deal. It totally works. It works out just fine. I found out death is just a myth.
Please
After-
don't say that. You're gonna jinx yourself.
After seeing Endymion just messy, seeing that everyone's messy except for Malux, this would like kind of snatch
He's
your eye.
soaking wet.
He cast.
Prestidigitation, I'm dry.
Yeah, he cast it before I watched the episode.
He's all
Flat,
dry.
Like,
I
why
like
is
it, even
someone
shape
in
water it off of me.
Create or destroy water, make him wet again. Just kidding.
I
Shape
think
water off.
since
That's cancer.
Endymion catches that she's
Cancer.
upset, he kind of runs off to to get cleaned up. Sabrina then looks to Kithwin and Shinoa, runs at them, grabs them by the wrist, like, "I need to talk to you."
Ah, okay.
Kind of just pulls them to the side.
I'll motion for Glimmer to bring the wolf and herself into camp just so that she's not out there by herself. Come on in, hun.
Okay, and she doesn't have anything. Maybe a piece of rope, something.
Yeah, if I should have some rope in my bag. I'll just give her my rope. She can have it.
You see her fiddly farting with it while you guys are all talking. She's kind of like,
Right. Once she's settled, I'll turn back to Brina and Shinoa. What did something happen while we were gone? Are you okay?
Okay, 2 things before I start. 1, why are you all messy?
It turns out going into a cavern filled with enemies has consequences.
We did
and some of us found them.
spelunking.
Did Thornton have a plan?
They fucking ignored it.
You can't hear me.
If I
He
plan
had
to
an-
rush in there and make a whole lot of noise, then yes, he had a plan.
He had an idea. I don't know
Idea.
if it was a big plan
There was a-
necessarily.
Like the dying idea, like the playing dead idea.
Kind of. It was
No.
it was in the same spirit, I think. It was he was just trying to get things started as quick as possible.
Like, you know, the opposite of stealthy? He wanted just to avoid stealthy.
We were lucky though. There apparently most of the enemy guys had already been taken care of earlier, and like the ambush and the first attack. So there were only a couple left.
But everything's fine. Nothing's gonna come back from that area,
But-
correct?
But look.
Everything's
I'm gonna-
fine.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
something and don't let Thornton know.
Okay.
Probably if we would have went with his plan, it may have worked out a little bit better, but don't tell him that.
It might have been faster if we had just gone in. However, we did not know that there was only a couple of guys in there, and that was a small space. If there had been more, we could have been overcome. But yeah.
Well, at least there's that. Thing 2, Glimmer is fast, by the way. I did good job. Last thing,
I appreciate it.
weird thing happened during my watch, and then you guys had to go do your thing, and I didn't get a chance to talk about this, and I'm not gonna talk about it in front of them. So I have a question.
Yeah.
What is it when your stomach feels like it's like there's something flapping inside?
Do you have to poop?
Is it the
Where-
back?
No, I'm pretty regular with that.
Were you around a certain redhead while that you got that nice little funny fluttering feeling?
I'm always around a certain redhead, and usually there is not fluttering, but there was definite fluttering.
Yeah, but you usually are so distracted with everything going on back home with like your mom and all that stuff. I think now that we're away and you're both a little less distracted, that might be where the fluttering is coming from. Trust me, I see stuff like this all the time at the tavern. I think you
Is it
might.
like contagious or something? Is he giving me the flutter? Like I'm sick?
I mean, I think he's giving you the flutter. But no, I think it's more along the lines of you might like him a little bit. Like him a little bit.
No.
Well, I mean, you're the only one who could. You're the only one who could actually make that decision. But in my experience, little tummy flutters. Well, I'd pay attention to when that starts happening, and you're very logical in your head. When that feeling starts up, think about what's going on at the moment. That probably has some correlation and some causation. But you can always come to us to talk about it.
Sabrina then thinks, was it because his hair felt soft? She doesn't say this, but she does think it. And you guys catch her face just like bright red from that thought.
Hang on. Don't get too flustered. He'll notice, all right? You want to play
I think
it?
I should just
Cool.
Maybe if I just study it, like I write everything down.
Yeah, let's bring the scientific method into this. That won't complicate it at all. No.
Also,
that should be good.
if you're documenting it all and writing it down, if you're writing it all down, maybe keep it secret and safe because you probably wouldn't want somebody to randomly come upon that.
Also, you could totally use this as a focus group and like bounce your ideas off of us.
Yes, I like that.
Mhm.
Right. We will reconvene after the next incident because we're going to be
Or
stuck together.
also,
Goodness knows how much more.
Also, like, instead of using said name, why don't you just make up like a code word or something?
Oh yeah, something that wouldn't be associated with him necessarily, but like
Just say like the red butterfly.
Yeah, crimson butterfly.
The crimson
CB.
butterfly.
CB. You can
CB.
just write CB for short. All right. Anytime you want to talk the scientific method with me, just let me know. Okay?
CP.
C-
Got it.
CB. Yes.
I have to go rip Thornton a new one. With love.
I'll leave you to it, babes.
Well, as you three, four.
Go easy on him. He's going through something right now.
I said with
Miss-
love.
As soon as Thordrin gives me that D20 roll I asked for, as you guys are talking, just brief amount of time talking, one of the wagons with the 2 oxen are already kind of making their way down the trail. As soon as he gives me that D20 roll I asked for, Brian.
We all see this.
Brian.
Fucking 18.
He also has both horses tied to the back of the first wagon. Both horses. Yeah, you all can see. I mean, it's not an invisible wagon. It's a big wagon.
Orchard, where the hell are you going?
Let me clarify something really quick about the wagon, because I think this was misunderstood before as well. These are covered wagons in the sense that there are tarps covering the stuff behind them. I may have not explained that right last time. They're not covered wagons like you would see in the Wild West. Big.
They're not Conestoga wagons or whatever.
Calistoga, yes.
Conestoga.
California.
Or Rivaderci.
So
They
they're
don't care about
covered
it.
in that sense. So people can sit on top of them or lay on top of them. They're quite wide. They're quite broad. But right this minute, there's one already down the trail. 2 horses are tied to the aft of it. And Thornton's on a mission. You guys know that. So he's kind of like, I'm just taking over this ship right now.
I probably would have still been in the back of the wagon, making sure Sildar got into a comfortable position. I'm going to be real with you. So the moment that I probably didn't notice Thordrin tying up the horses, everything. I'm like, okay, you good? You okay? Here's some water. So the wagon starts moving. I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Okay, we're going to put you on wagon number 1 then, Malukes.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll ask, like, the moment we start moving, I just go, guys, Thordrin, what? Are we moving? What's the deal? I look back.
Well, the girls seem to be busy, and my uncle seems to be somewhere with a bunch of goblins, which that never ends up well for anybody. So we're fucking going.
Okay, we can slow down a second and let everyone catch up, right?
That's on them and how quick they want to go.
Okay, well, then I will cast Sleep ahead of us to catch Thordrin and Sildar.
You'll cast what?
Sleep.
Yeah.
This is only going to go well.
Oh,
how many hit points you got there, Cleric?
Yeah.
That would be 21.
21. Okay, cool. Oh, well, this is I'm gonna roll some dice here. Let's see. What the hell is there it goes. 5d8. All right, let's see if how much I can get. I'll roll this out in front of everyone. It's gonna be 33.
So
Awesome.
that is enough to actually exactly put them both out.
Put them to sleep, reach up, grab the reins. Oh, fuck, I cast a spell, and I'm running for a wild magic surge. Whoops.
I was going to say, is there a wild magic surge?
I was going to hop off the wagon first, but here we go.
You're on top of the wagon. Let's hope it doesn't burn to smithereens.
Okay, well, it's not one of the danger ones, as far as I know. Let's see here. Okay. That'll come into play if someone comes and notices.
Okay.
But I kind of reach my hand out, and there's a puff of feathers out in the front of the wagon. It just kind of and falls over the both of them, because I was planning to put Saltner to an early sleep, easy sleep. But now Thordrin is just like, let's go, and trying to split the party. So I just no. Okay. And then the next thing I know, my vision gets a little wonky, and I just kind of But I check them. I kind of grab the reins, ease the animals back so they go stop, and I just go to the back and yell, "Hey, guys, we got a problem."
Why are you all the way down there?
I think Thor had a plan.
Are they okay? Are they on the thing?
Oh, they're fine. They're just sleeping. Have a minute.
Do you need help bringing that back here?
Did
No, I
that
can
put the
probably grab it.
oxen asleep too?
I'd probably space it away and hit them, but probably not. Oxen probably have loads of hit points. But yeah, I'll grab it and just come on, just turn it around with whatever time I have left on that sleep spell working.
And I do want to clarify that with the sleep spell being a bunch of hit points or rolling for hit points, the new version of it is a saving throw, which used to be the old version of it. That's why I was confused.
I'm using the current version.
But yeah, no, and we'll talk about new version, old version when that day arrives, because there's some stuff that's really strange. But anyway, are you, the rest of you, making way as well, getting on? So I'm going to put Kithwin, hold back for 1 second. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I guess this is more of a there wasn't really a camp set up. Everything was loaded on the carts, right? Or did
we were using it like a base.
Okay.
So there's still a camp if we wanted to camp, or we can travel. But I didn't like that decision being made for us, so we need to pull that shit back
any
around.
of our stuff.
No, we can.
If they're asleep, let's pack up everything in this other cart, and when we get it loaded up, we'll wake them up.
Yeah, other than your personal packs, which the 5 of you didn't indicate to me that you did not take, so you probably took them with you into the cave or towards the cave. And that's something that I will ask probably coming up in a few sessions also. Where is your backpack? I mean, those types of things, because it's going to be something that's significant coming up. So just keep some of that in mind. We're not always wearing our backpacks. There's times in which you're going to be away from them, unless you're that one person that's going to hold on to their very expensive purse, no matter what's going on. And you're in the mosh pit and you're still holding on to your $50,000 purse. But that's on you. Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry. I was going to continue, but if you have more.
No, go ahead. All right.
So when I get the wagon pulled back, I hop out, start putting in parking brakes and stuff. Anyone who comes over to help out, I'm just like, hey, Shinoa, can you grab your brother? There's an extra eye in the middle of my forehead at the moment.
Yeah. One thing you did notice, Malukes, as this was happening and it kind of popped off, is that it looks like you made no attempt to help Thordrin. And Thordrin just kind of fell asleep and completely fell out of the wagon. And unfortunately did 2 points of damage hitting the ground, which doesn't that wake him up when he took damage?
Well, yeah, if it took time for him to topple out of it, I would have assumed he would have been slumped back against it. But if he's top heavy, then
I let him roll for it, and he did exactly what I did, and we both rolled a 1. So, and he took 2 points of damage from the fall, and he is now probably clutching his head, going, "What the fuck just happened?"
While he says that, I'm like, "What the fuck is on your head?"
Horns.
Well, wait, you said there's a third eye, right?
Yes.
No, those have always been there. That.
Yeah. Was it? It's just my eyes. Can we help? Can we get Thordrin and
eyes? How many eyes do you think you have?
2. I have 1 in my name.
I pull out the dagger just to kind of give like a reflection. Dude, you got 3.
I easily see it with my extra good perception now. I just stare at all right, well, I think there's a lot of bullshit going on here. Can we just get timeout? We need a timeout. And
I think so.
I'm gonna
No pun intended.
I'm gonna go head down the road to get to Thordrin to see if, because obviously, if I look down that pathway, I'll see him.
Yeah,
already storming off.
He's already fuck this bullshit. Big fucking egg. Goose egg on egg.
Exactly. Fuck this. Fuck that. Fuck all these people. Fuck this. I need to go.
Oh well, he woke up.
Fuck you.
Thordrin, What were you thinking? You just gonna leave us?
Well, none of y'all seem to give a shit that my uncle's down, so somebody has to. Y'all sitting there talking about God knows what over there, having your little girl circle. We got somewhere to be. I don't know how much longer my uncle's gonna last, but I ain't gonna be the one sitting around here waiting while he's fucking getting turned into goblin food or some shit. Sorry for cussing.
You need to have a seat because going in by yourself is not going to result in anything other than your undue demise.
Neither is it without you getting some rest.
Well, I was fine until somebody put me to sleep and knocked my ass out of a cart.
To keep you
yelled
from
so
doing
much
something
you can hear me.
stupid.
Bro, you need to wear your seatbelt.
They
New
haven't
invention.
invented those yet.
The newest in modern entertainment and inventions, the seat belts.
Thordran, please come with me and have a seat so we can talk about this rationally.
Nope, I'm out.
Well, I can't make decisions for you. Go ahead, go die. You want to go die? You can go die. But that's what's going to happen if you don't sit down
If
and
that's
have a
what
conversation with
God
us.
have planned, then that is what will happen.
Oh, for fuck's sake! God, I hate every time they bring up the gods. Sit down. This time I'm rolling intimidation.
And as soon as you do that, Kithwin, the not all, but some of the ribbons that may be hanging off of you, tied to your waist, tied around you, they actually, you kind of feel them get a little closer to you and kind of roll up at the edges like they're retracting, just the tiniest of bits. It's just an unnerving kind of a feeling. But go ahead and roll. Let's see what happens. Oh, that was at advantage, by the way.
Well, the first one's a 22. So roll it again with advantage. 23 for the second.
Thordran,
What?
just calm down for a moment. The gods are speaking.
I'm listening.
You've at least slowed your pace. And like, okay, reluctantly, can we fairly say that?
So I would say at her raising her voice, I would at least turn around and like be glaring at her. And it would be kind of funny to watch the two shortest people in the party like staring each other down, just
like that anime lightning bolt forming between the two of them, just
at 3 foot something and just over 4 foot, just but 8 feet worth of anger.
I know you're worried about your uncle. I'm worried about him too.
Well, I seem to be the only one.
No, you're the only one chomping at the bit to just go and go and go and go and not think about anything, because if you think about anything for 1 second, you'll realize that we're in over our fucking head. And the second you realize that, you're going to start drowning.
We're the shortest people in the village. We're always in over our head.
A pit. You have been knocked down by water. You have not gone into any situation where you did not think beforehand and had a good result. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a new result. So how about you sit down and think about it?
Can I just provide an observation about this whole ordeal? We're all worried about your uncle.
Everyone looks.
And I'm going to be real with you. I understand your fears that he might be dead already about all these things. We didn't find him back at the old cave. And from what it sounds like, they just moved him. I don't think they're planning on killing your uncle straight away. You don't move someone to kill them unless you were trying to hide a crime or something else along these lines. So, but we need to take a moment to catch our breath. Just a few minutes, discuss things, and we'll get on the road.
For what? For why?
Remember the last time you rushed into something,
No,
Thornton?
I remember last time I said let's try to do something. Y'all ignored me completely, so I went ahead and just did what I do anyway. So I'm gonna quit thinking and just start doing.
That's how little you value your life.
My life is not mine anyway. The gods choose when I go home.
Oh, please be quiet with that. Your life is ours, just like ours is yours. Come on. Something happens to you, guess who's going to be left with the scraps of that? Us. Guess who's going to be left to deal with that? Us. Something happens to one of us, you would have to deal with it. We have to value our lives, not just for ourselves or for some deity.
Yes, sir.
Oh, saying Demian, having finished cleaning his office, is gonna walk up. Besides, you know how annoying it's gonna be if you guys get divorced? Are we choosing, or is some kind of court choosing this for us? But
What?
nothing, Dad. So I'm pretty sure there was information that Glimmer was kind of telling us about to
It's
saving your
pronounced
uncle.
daddy. Just saying.
Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, we still have to finish this job. No wonder those guys at the place didn't want it, because it all went to shit, and there's way more steps than just dropping this off. But I'm pretty sure we got to finish this job, and then.
Yeah, that's where I'm going. To Fandolin.
And then what? Then what after? I mean, we have some kind of leads to where they took your uncle, right?
We could if we stopped for a second and talked to the people we know might have an idea.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's Alliance Crest guys. They might know something about it if their stuff is back at the Goblin Hideout.
They
Maybe
probably-
they know if there's any associated places we might be able to find your uncle.
Kithwin, they probably took
they
you to the
here?
castle.
To where, sweetheart?
To the big castle.
Where's the big castle?
Well, it's kind of these ruins where I know that's kind of like a staging point. Because like I know that they had sent some raiding parties into the little town that's just down a few decameters from here, about 1,600 meters. And there's a town, and then they would sometimes go in there and just and get things, and then they would come back. But it's like it's just past that little town, and then you got to go into the forest, and you got to make your way through the forest. It's kind of overgrown, but is that possibly where they took his uncle? I think that's what I think.
I think that's a good idea. It's at least a place to start.
Well, I can go find out.
You can go on your own?
Well, no, I have Toothjaw. We can just say that the hideout was overrun, and then maybe I could go see if I can find him, and then if I find him, I could like look, I'll show you something. And she grabs a stick in the dirt, kind of. Okay, because like we're like right here, and then that the trail, that road right there, that road goes down, it goes far, but then you'll make you'll go off, and that other little town is on this right hand side, and then probably about another 15 or 1,600 decameters past the little trail that goes right from the town. That's gonna go into the forest, but you got to be really careful, because I know they have scouts, but how about if I leave you? Maybe I could stack some rocks up or something, and then maybe try to leave you a note or something, and let you know where he's at if he's there. If he's not there, then there's no reason to go.
Okay, all right. Are you okay? Are you comfortable with doing that? That's a big job.
Just as long as I get to see you again.
Oh, sweet girl. Okay. I'm going to believe in you because from what I've heard from Miss Sabrina over here, you were a very clever, very agile kid.
Oh
But-
yeah, I learned I learned a lot of feats from her when you were gone. Like a lot of them. Like I can dodge, and then I can like do this hard, and then like she
Also,
threw a dagger at me, and then like I tried to catch it in the air, but it missed. And then there's a lot of stuff I can do now that I wasn't able to do before I met Sabrina, but she's amazing. So now I can do all kinds of things. But nevertheless, I will stack this many rocks up
Okay.
on the on the left hand side of the trail where you got to kind of go in, and maybe I'll be able to meet you there. But if you don't see me, don't be worried.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Okay, kiddo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna trust you. You seem to know what you're talking about, so I'm gonna trust you.
Can I get some of that salted pork, and then I'll take off?
I give her a big heaping amount, and I just, in the back of my head, like, if this costs me every cent I have, I don't care. And I just give her like a good amount, enough that would definitely last her for a bit.
Okay.
And some for tooth draw.
How about let's see, the sun goes down tonight, and then it comes back up, and then it goes back down. So maybe 2 sunrises.
2 sunrises. We can meet you then.
Maybe I think that'll be enough.
Okay.
But the second sunrise, not tomorrow, but the next day, and then I'll try to leave something there if everything's okay. I'll try to leave you a message.
Okay.
And then you just see her just grab 2 big handfuls of fur and launch herself up on top of the wolf known as Toothjaw, and bolts into the forest.
Be careful. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Oh, big limb hits her in the face as she's going, okay.
Oh, okay.
Just this haphazard kind of holding on for dear life. But they seem to know where they're going, in a direction adjacent to this road, kind of similar in that same direction.
She doesn't really like pray much, but there is something in her that is reaching out to whatever universal thing that might be out there that is just like, just make sure she's okay. Just make sure she's okay. And she's not any god in particular, but just whoever's watching.
Sabrina
would walk over. Yes.
You do also, just as that's happening, you notice that Thordrin has left again.
Okay.
He kind of was trying to be sneaky about it, sneaking around a little bit. Nobody else saw him but you.
Did he walk or take the wagon?
He walked away.
Okay, so Sabrina would kind of let everyone see Glimmer off and then turn around, kind of like, all right then. And she takes off after Thornton.
Now keep in mind, you guys would know the general distances to these places, right? Kithwin, like we've discussed before, you may have taken this trip several times. It's only about 10 miles to the turn to get to Phandalin. Given that, let me look at one quick thing really quick. Why does this always do this to me? Come on. Yes, I do have a map selected. I just want to make sure I get that right. So if you guys were to leave now, you would be traveling in the dark about another 5 miles or so. It's relatively slow. No, it would just be about nighttime to get to Phandalin. It would not be that big of a deal as far as you're concerned. It's about 20 miles away or so, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less.
Well, seeing as we've got everyone here, as far as I can tell, as he just watched Sabrina go running off. looks like our direction's headed to Fenland, regardless of any other details. Until we find out some other sort of information. Should we get headed that way, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I'll drive the front wagon. Who wants to take the second?
I'll go in the second one. I'll just grab all my stuff and then jump on the second wagon.
I'll go in the front wagon.
Which one has Sildar in it?
The front wagon.
I'll go in the front wagon as well.
Okay.
And they yell if anything happens back there.
And then I've got.
As we're getting loaded up, I just look over to Malukes. I'm like, look, you might want to cover that up. That may draw some unwanted attention.
That is already gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What?
I could have just blinked and it was gone.
Okay. As we're getting on, mom thing is to do a head count. So she's counting and she's like, why are we too short?
Well, Sabrina went that way. And I assume Georgia went that way too.
Is it the same way we're going anyway?
Is it the same way we're going?
Sabrina, is it the same way we were going?
I'm trying to follow Thornton, but I don't know if I'm going to find him.
Okay. You notice that he left. You don't really see him, but you know that he went in a very, very specific direction, which would be down the road. Maybe not. He's not on the road, but he went in that direction as well.
Like parallel to the road?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Then yeah, she would keep track that she's still close, like that she's still close to the road, but follow the trail.
Okay.
Trying to catch up.
So, yes, sir.
I was just gonna say, where is Bar? You guys see Bar? Did he go with Dordrin?
Bar, you guys saw the last time you honestly saw him would be probably just exiting the cave or at the cave entrance. Remember, he couldn't really get too far up in there. There really has been no mention of him.
It's probably with his girlfriend then.
Doing the hibbity dibbity.
Thornton didn't even say goodbye to Bear?
He's in one of his moods.
Mordred would not have let Bar wander off without, checking on him, making sure he knows what he's doing. Bar is fine. Bar has to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
yes. Get loaded up.
Okay. So what I have right now is Sildar, Kithrin, and Malukes are going to be in the very first wagon with the 2 extra horses tied to the back. And then the second wagon, following closely behind, is Endymion, Shanoa, and Sabrina. So what this sets up for us is that, first and foremost, that conversation that Endymion and Sabrina may have want to have. But what I would like to make sure what we're doing so we get this clear. If we are all using our perception or a heightened sense of perception as we're going down and we're going down this trail, please keep in mind, if you're having active conversation between 2 individuals or 3 individuals, or if you're just talking to yourself, that heightened perception goes down, or if the DC goes up. Either way, if you're not paying really good attention, it's just going to be your normal perception checks, passive perceptions, and things like that. Not to alarm anybody. I just want to make that clear because I know there are a couple conversations that we're probably just going to want to have on the road as we're going for today. Is that fair? Okay. So we'll start off first with you guys are made the corner and starting down the road. All your provisions, everything, didn't leave anything behind except for memories. And Endymion and Sabrina, you are in wagon number 2. Anything you guys want to talk about?
Who's with us? Shanoa is with us on wagon 2?
Shanoa was driving.
Okay. You got picked up. Right.
I feel like she would have given up trying to catch up to Thornton and then gone into the wagon since it's going in the same direction anyway.
Okay.
And would we be in the back of the trailer of the wagon?
There's only room for 2 people to sit in the driving area. So
Us would be.
I know that Endymion likes to sit on top so he can really kind of scout everything out. So I'm assuming that you guys are going to be just sitting on top together.
All right, sounds good.
There's enough noise from the actual wagon and oxen pulling this wagon that a low talk, not even a whisper, wouldn't be heard by anybody else unless they were like specifically saying that they were wanting to. So a nice chat probably wouldn't be overheard by Shanoa.
I am focused on the road.
Eyes
on the road.
In Inferno, and she
I am yelling at the front of the wagon. Thordred! Thordred! Thordred!
Yeah, Kit's just sitting next to Milux, just like she's trying to do a meditation thing because she's so fucking pissed off right now. It's not working. Like she's too angry to meditate, so she's just sitting there like trying and just like.
Thordred! Sorry.
I'll just look for him.
Okay, so for sitting on top of the wagon, I think it'd be very quiet for a bit, and Sabrina would kind of just. It's like, you had said you wanted to talk to me.
Yeah, I had a lot of thinking when I was in the cave after I almost died, and I was thinking about, kind of like, what the fuck am I dying for other than obviously like friendship and all that good stuff, helping a friend out and whatnot. And I kind of just started thinking of, because I had a conversation with Milux, and he brought up my mom, and he made a very good point when he asked me like, how's she doing? And I don't know how well she's doing other than her being sick and whatnot. So I wanted to ask if you had an idea what was up, since your mom is the one that prepares the medicine and tends to throw us out most of the times, except lately when you started helping her more. Like, what the hell is going on with that illness?
Oh, well, you know how mother is. She doesn't really explain a lot of the whys, just the do's. But as far as I can tell from some of the notes I've seen, it's something chronic that she's always gonna have to deal with. There is no cure for what it is. Only we can. I'm not sure if this is a good conversation to be having all of a sudden.
And why would it be that? Since we're out here, wouldn't it be easier if we like research, better places, better medicine that might make her feel better than back home?
As far as the notes that I've seen and just what I've heard and what I notice about the ingredients in some of the potions, I don't think it has a cure. And I'm not sure why it affects her physically the way it does. I can't really puzzle that together. I have a couple of just crazy theories. It's not even worth mentioning, honestly. But I don't know what good it would do to get another opinion and yet another opinion on something that just seems like it's not going to go away.
Oh, so you say that because you know what it is, or you think you know what it is? Either way, that's not much of a difference, is it?
Look, I can talk to my mom when we get back. Maybe she knows something that she's waiting to tell us when we're older or something. How you got to level up to get information with her.
But how the hell does it not have to care what you're gonna say? It's like, fuck you mean? Like, do I have to worry about it? Is it like a genetic illness or something?
Look, I don't think it's something you have to really worry about, but just from what I've seen, and remember, she's very close-lipped and careful with her notes. Maybe. Strong maybe. 85% maybe.
Well, that's cool. So there's a good chance I die too or get really sick. There's some kind of like symptoms or something I gotta watch out like she did, because I don't remember that far back to when it could have started with her.
Fevers. It's kind of basic. Bad temper, which would come from a fever. I have a wild theory, and because I don't know what else to say at this point, and I'm just gonna tell you because maybe my thought process will make sense to you if I do. Okay, this is not okay. I'm not saying I lied, but I do sometimes sneak a peek at Mother's research, and then I started just noticing some stuff that didn't really add up about illness. And in my crazy, imaginative brain, as you know, after coming across a book about lycanthropy, some things may have cross-referenced in my brain that kind of suggested, suggested that one would mix the herbs that I mix to dampen a werewolf's shift and strength. But again, wild theories of mine. I mean, wolfsbane can be used for a variety of things.
I think you've read way too many of your fantasy books. Imagine me being a good boy all of a sudden. Yeah. It's kind of wild theories you have. Might want to slow down on the, the whole fanfic or something. Because I mean, you're saying that she has deliberately been poisoning herself to weaken herself on purpose this whole time.
Within the context of my wild theory, yes. But again, it's just a theory, so it's laughable. I don't even know what would trigger it. So even in the wild fantasy in which it's true, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
I guess. I mean, it's not like I'm going to start barking anytime soon. I was just say that. Well, I hope that part of your books isn't true with the whole. What is it? The thing you're talking about? The fated mates or whatever it was.
Wow. That's the last time I talked to you about my stories. I'm gonna go chill with Shidoa for a little bit.
Alright. Maybe she can tell you about that snake that attacked her. I'll just keep looking out, I guess, and think about. And I guess just be on the lookout. What you said, I guess.
Snake. Oh, I'm gonna hurt someone.
Did you want some help with your memory, Sabrina, or
Sometimes
no?
I do.
If you do, because I remember I sent you a message.
I did.
Okay.
You sent it to me. I did read it.
Okay. So do you want to reveal what you actually thought the disease was called?
Filth fever.
Phil's fever.
That's what it was.
So given the characteristics of Phil's fever, these are all things that his mother has experienced for quite some time. Although they are not persisting, they come and go. There are very unique indicators pointing towards this. This is what it was. If at some point in time Endymion decides he wants to talk about some more of his past that's been revealed to him, you probably could determine when this occurred. While he's running back into his notes and looking for stuff, we're going to jump up to wagon number 1, Kithwin and Milooks. Sildar has pretty much he's come out of his sleep already, his brief sleep. He does let you guys know that somebody mentioned the map. There's no map. The map is gone. Is that correct?
Well, if the case was empty, there was only supposed to be a map there, then yes, the map is missing.
Do you know of anyone who would want to take that stuff from you? This could be more than just goblin bandit activity. We've learned that somebody named Spider asked for this to happen.
Yes, I've heard that name as well. Along with, there was some strange goblins. At least one of them, possibly two, that's before being pummeled yet thrice upon the head. I did notice that it's an oddly egg-shaped boy that's small in stature, quite muscular. Kind of electrical kind of mumbo jumbo around him, and didn't seem to
one of
talk.
those guys. In fact, when
Yes.
bandits were burning the forest like a bunch of jerks.
It's the first time I've ever seen an individual like that, but they talked rather intermittently, and it seemed to be able to speak without speaking. But I got a feeling that, again, when we were separated, and I did overhear somebody named Spider, and they were held up at the castle somewhere, but I have no idea what that could be. I may have some individuals that could find this information out for you, but nevertheless, I didn't come on this journey just to guard it. Look, as you can tell by this insignia, I'm a part of the Lord's Alliance, and one of our wizards, a friend of mine, well, he was sent to Phandalin to help restore some order, and he had a small mission of his own, but he's gone missing. It's been several months since anybody's heard from him.
Okay.
And I would like to know where he is at. I need to be able to report that back once I get back to Neverwinter. That may be something that we could acquire a bounty for if you were willing to do that.
Well, what's the guy's name if we have?
Well, his name is Irano Alberg. He's a human. He's supposed to be my contact once I got here, but again, it's been several months.
So he's supposed to be in Phandalin. Okay.
Yes.
Maybe he knows something about all this stuff going on. So the map's important.
Well,
There's those weird electro brain hurty goblins running around.
Yes.
And a bunch of bandits held up in a castle. Okay, that sounds like a trail.
Sounds like you have quite a full plate, but
well, we have a lead on where that castle is.
Oh, good.
So after we drop you off in Fanlin, it should be right on the outskirts somewhere. So we'll head that way, and we'll keep an eye out for Iranho. Am I saying that correctly?
IARNO.
Okay.
IARNO. I'll put it in the chat because I'm terrible sometimes with the way people spell things. Whoa.
Yeah, we definitely have Gundren as a priority at the moment, but we will definitely keep a lookout for him. If he's not at that castle keep, we'll keep looking.
Well, he should be, and you need to find.
There's probably a good chance if they have a prisoner cells area, it could be in the same place.
Well, you need to find that map. Plenty of people are looking for that map, and Gundren and his brothers, they've been seeking the location of the Wave Echo Cave for some time, and he believes that he has found it. That map has the location on it.
What is the Wave Echo Cave? I've never heard of that before.
I was going to ask that.
I personally don't know too much about it. There was some kind of a pact at some point in time long ago in which mining activities and forging activities and things of that nature, and something to do with forging of magical weapons or magic into weapons or things. I'm not 100% sure. It's not my forte. I apologize.
It does sound like something someone who owns a forge might be interested in.
Well,
so you can just make magic things at this place?
Again, I don't. You may be able to locate somebody. I will once we get to Phandalin. I could actually maybe figure some things out. But to be honest with you, I don't know much, but I do know people. That's the benefit. Is I do know people. Successfully get me to Phandalin. It's hopefully by the end of the day. I will tidy up a small reward for you for that, and I see that you all have at least got these provisions this far. Don't forget, you need to stop and at least deliver this. I know you get a little bit more. Gold
we can get some spinning cash.
To Elmira, and she'll be there. She'll be waiting. And again, if you need someplace to stay and food, she will help you, or I can help you as well.
I might know someone in town as well, so I'm pretty sure we'll have something covered for that nature.
Good.
In the meantime, please rest. You've been through a lot, and if you need anything, you just let us know.
Well, if you could locate my, not like you don't have enough things on your plate, but if you're going to this location in the castle, maybe they have taken my weapons and armor, the rest of my armor with.
Oh, yeah. We had some extra stuff all out of the bag if you need some standbys at the very least.
Well, if you don't mind me using at least a sword to
Of course. Yeah, absolutely.
You'll take
From what I know, one thing is you can't just pick up a sword and sell it at the blacksmith. They get really pissed off at you for trying to do that.
You sound like you've tried it before.
No, not me. I've seen plenty of people come through trying to do
that. Let's see. Did you figure out? Yes, sir.
Oh, and his stuff is all marked with that lion head on it, right?
Okay. It is with the Lord's Alliance. Yeah.
The Lord's Alliance. Okay. Cool.
So I turn, look at Kithlin, and go, okay, so we have a plan. Find Thordrin. Then we get to Phandalin, find Gundren. Somehow, he's probably at the castle. That should be easy enough. Find the map, find the Wave Echo Cave, get rich, or die trying.
Do you think I was too harsh on Thordrin?
Oh! I don't know what's really gone up with him. He's saying we all ignored him, but like I don't know. I listened to all the plans, but it's just that in the time we were deliberating, things just kicked off without us having enacted anything. So
I was trying to leave it up to him. I just wanted to make sure he knew all of his options before he just ran in. Every time he runs in, he gets hurt, and I don't want him to get hurt. I know he probably doesn't know it right now, but I care about the guy. We've all been in each other's lives since we were in nappies, and, well, I don't know. When I thought he was going to go out into this big world of adventure that he's always talked about, he was so excited. I thought he wanted to go out and do grand things, but his uncle gets kidnapped, and suddenly it's almost like this bloodthirst came out of him. I think it has something to do with his parents.
that, or it might have something to do with. Well, I think he's got a bone to pick with. Well, Glimmer's not here. Goblins.
I mean, I understand, but you can't judge an entire people just on like one thing. Or even especially when they've been systematically put in that position over and over again. It's just, I don't know, I know it's not how the world works, but I don't have to like it. And I don't have to act like every single person I meet based on who they are and what station they are, automatically be like, okay, kill. I know I say that after having punched lots of goblins in the face, but to be fair, they were all actively attacking us at the time.
I appreciate that, I guess, in a way. Yeah, no, I agree. He's usually very chill about things, and it's just.
I think we need to have like a real talk when we find him. I'll apologize for getting all mean, but he scared the hell out of me. He's currently scaring the hell out of me. Being out there in the dark in the woods all alone, you ran into one of those psychic goblins out in the woods all alone, and a bunch of bandits that set the forest on fire. What if they're still out there?
Yep, that would be really bad if they were that guy's still out there.
I shouldn't have yelled, but he's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll find him. He might be a little upset with misplacing bar or something along those lines, but we'll find him. As I kind of take a look around. It's just, I don't know. It's going to be a little bit of a tough thing to do. Well, I mean, keep your eyes out for him. I wish I had that third eye still, but I don't know why that was temporary. I'm just now shorter. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, I don't know why you're shorter. I do kind of like you being a little closer to my height. You seem to have grown just a smidge. So maybe it'll go away like the eye. It's just taking a little longer. But, like, I don't know. It is kind of cool to have you a little closer to my height. That's all.
Yeah, it's one thing to stick out like a sore thumb in this group, but, you know. Or am I not going to stick out?
I don't think you stick out like a sore thumb. I just think you're cool. And, like, different. We're all a little different, but you're, like, cool different. I've always thought that.
No, it's no. I just know some magic stuff. That's all. And I think at that point, I also kind of like when I'm looking off in one direction. Now that the reminder that one psychic assailant probably disappeared off into the woods that night, I kind of like look off towards the tree line, just and Kithwin probably notices like kind of like heat vapor trails just kind of into his body a quick moment, which is a gameplay mechanic. But, yeah.
So we're gonna wait for Endymion, did you have anything else to say to Sabrina?
No, not at this moment. I'm just gonna think about it, as she told me, and.
Okay. So what we're gonna do right now, Brian, let's take a quick potty break. And when we come back, we will be in the woods with a rather large bear and a rather small dwarf. Brian?
Got you.
Thank you. unmute. All right, welcome back. So when we left off, the little band of young adventurers, some of which have recently made their first kills, whether it was intentional or accidental. Some of them coming to understand what the real world looks like. Although they've just had a couple of small encounters at this point, I think that they are really building a little bit of a bond, a little closer, uh, even to what they may have had in their hometown of Floodblessed. But as we make our way, we're kind of bouncing up and down, and a little bit of dust coming up from the back of each one of the wagons. They come across a very distinct marker with a big arrow pointing to the right that says Phandalin, 10 miles. Straight ahead, the road continues on. At this point, Thordrin, what you doing?
There we go. Thordrin is just chilling in the woods just off the road.
Okay.
Kind
You
of
clearly
back to the road.
Yeah, you clearly see the wagons coming up relatively slowly. They're not moving at a fast pace, but they're moving.
So I just kind of like wipe my face off a little bit and take a couple big deep breaths and just go stand out by the crossroads waiting for him.
Okay. So Kithwin and Malux, you guys are in the first wagon. You do see your compatriot Thordrin just kind of standing there nonchalantly, kind of thumbing for a ride per se.
Hey. Need a ride?
Malux, I would kind of give the stink eye to a little bit and just kind of, you know what you did type. As I got the big egg right there.
Just look at him. Look at the welt on his head. Sorry, I can't fix that. I've tried doing stuff like that before, but you know how it usually turns out.
And I would just make my way, assuming they're slowing down, kind of make my way around to the back and untie one of the horses and comedically struggle to get up on one before just getting up on one and just continuing with the party.
Where are you riding your horse at? Between the wagons, off on the side of one of them?
Definitely off to the side.
Okay. First, second?
Probably in between the two of them.
Okay.
Oh, he's still mad. He's still real mad.
That didn't even take a perception check either.
Kith just puts her head in her hands and just forehead.
Anybody with a really high perception check would have noticed like his eyes were kind of bloodshot and
I probably would roll perception on that because I care, so I'll roll that now.
Okay.
6.
Should I go talk to him, or do you think that's just going to make things worse?
I mean, if you want to talk to him, you can try. I mean, I don't do well with angry people, so.
Okay. And she just trepidatiously kind of like moves off to whatever part of the cart would be closer to where the horse is riding at. Hey, girly. Hey, buddy. I am sorry.
Are you talking to Thordrin?
Yeah.
I forget. Did you see Ted Lasso?
No,
Yeah.
we haven't. We
Oh,
haven't seen
damn.
Ted Lasso.
Okay, definitely one of those things where like he knows you want to talk, but he's kind of just being like standoffish and just like as you take a step, he takes a step type thing. Like,
The word is petty.
no, not petty, just not ready to communicate yet.
I know you probably don't want to talk right now, but I just want you to know when you're ready. I'm not going to yell. I promise not to yell, and I understand something's going on with you, and I care, and I want to know what it is so I can help. Okay, I'm gonna let you be now, but just so you know, you can come and talk anytime, and if you need a better apology from me, just let me know. And okay, this has been awkward enough. And she'll just like take the last bit of like her ration, the last one she has, and just kind of tuck it into the side saddle bag. I don't think you've eaten anything yet, so please eat that. And then she just kind of like scuttles away back up to the front.
And just as a point of reference, you all are moving somewhere between 4 and 5 miles per hour. Again, we're fudging time just a little bit, but around 4 or 5 miles per hour. That a walking speed, in some respects is a little bit more than that, but it's a bumpy little trail. It's not a perfect trail, but it is a wide trail that you're on. And there's that right. Are you making that right to Fandolin?
Yes, we're turning towards Fandolin because if
I
the
just
castle's on the other side, that's the closest route.
Okay, so you're gonna make that right to Fandolin. As you start to make that right into Fandolin, any other conversations you guys want to have up until that point?
I will say above because everybody's curious about it. Bar and Thordrin had their conversation while y'all were having girl talk, so he was just kind of off. Took that as an opportunity to be private because Thordrin doesn't like that kind of stuff to be out in the open anyway. So that's why we're not having that conversation. But it did happen.
Yeah, I guessed.
We'll have that memory lapse recall thing later.
Did you said Sabrina got on the front of the cart after her conversation, correct?
That was up to her.
Yeah, she went to go sit in the front.
Okay.
So like when you like step up and get on it, I'll be like, "Oh, I haven't got to ask you, how was the that latest tale of the Crimson Butterfly you were reading?"
Sabrina, kind of a little like this, like just kind of nervous. Picks up like, huh? Oh yeah. Well, there was definitely something, but I wouldn't call it flutters.
Oh, still a mystery.
Yeah. Honestly, I just feel a little bad, a little out of it. And I'm not used to feeling bad, why would I ever feel bad?
We're all kind of going through that right about now. I have just a burning urge to do something very spontaneous, but I'm keeping my wits about me.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I know that makes no sense, but release anger, I guess you could say.
Like rage?
Yeah. Let off
think-
some steam, I guess you could say.
Well,
But
I mean, I would love to let off some steam, but I don't see why it would be bad if he wanted to just yell all of a sudden. Other than it would probably whatever is around us would
Probably,
hear
probably
that.
right now would not be a good time because we're in the middle of the woods. It's kind of dark. I don't know if there's a wild bear or a wolf or who knows what's out there. One of those creepy goblins we keep
Wolf. Well, yeah, that'd be funny. It'd be terrible if there was wolves out here.
We're in the woods. There's gonna be wolves. What's so funny about that?
You know, sometimes I ask myself questions like that, and I just don't get answers.
Okay.
Anyway,
Whatever
are
you
you gonna go
say.
talk to your? Are you gonna go talk to your brother?
We'll see.
You have to go talk to him.
You think I should go talk to him right now?
Maybe not right now, but I think you should be coming up with a plan on what you're gonna
I
say.
think I have the conversation planned out in my head. And it's gonna go exactly how I think it's gonna go.
To do something completely out of character, don't be mean. I was gonna go up there. I was gonna be mean, mainly because I love the doofus and I want him to stop being a doofus.
Well, sometimes the doofus has to know that he be a doofus every so often. You
But
know what? Here, take the reins. I need to go talk to him now.
okay. Yeah, this is fun. She just has the reins.
So I kind of gradually trot up. Hey, Thornton, you forgot something back at camp. And Ken knows what I want to do. So is that would
I love that non-committal shrug.
It's your game, not mine.
All right. And 18. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah.
Would it be I just slug him straight in the chest.
I am curious how riding on a horse, how that works.
Change trajectory. Go for the thigh.
On the thigh.
He probably jumped from one cart to the other, is now on the back of the first cart, and just Indiana Jones'd your ass.
I see it in my head right now. Punching you in the thigh. Like a friendly Charlie horse.
Okay.
Look here. Do you understand what you just fucking did? You didn't see that coming. You didn't see those arrows coming. See what happens when you blindly rush into something? Do you understand? I don't know. You're probably too blind to see it because do I see the bloodshot eyes? Because you're higher than a fucking kite. Have you seen what? Do you see what Kithwin's doing up there? She thought you fucking went off to die. You need to stop doing this. It's not all about you. Get your head out your ass. Ah, fuck off. And then I just walk back to the thing. Because you're not even fucking paying attention. Should have left that fucking arrow in your chest. And I climb back up on the cart.
Man, you got anti-inspiration for that.
So
I wasn't mean. I could have stabbed him with the sword.
that's not gonna bite us in the butt.
Curiosity.
Killed the cat.
Does a 24 hit?
Oh,
I-
he gets an opportunity attack because you left his
Oh, Jesus.
range.
Yup.
Okay.
But I got you with a thorn whip right as you were getting back on the cart.
Oh, Jesus.
Like a wet towel to the ass.
Well, it's gonna be for 1 bludgeoning damage or piercing damage. And she gets yanked 10 feet back towards me, but I'm already riding off, so really she just lands directly on her ass anyway.
So Sabrina has to stop the cart.
I think at
Yes.
this point we're all
Or we're
stopping the
going to-
cart.
or-
We're all stopping the cart at this point, I think.
After
We don't
a very audible, ah! Yep. She would stop the cart. Shanoa! And then call to, and Damien's like, Shanoa, something grab Shanoa.
I just take off. Full charge.
On foot?
Where?
Towards the horse.
The horse is still moving, just so you know.
Yeah, you guys are going really slow around the corner.
Captain America's shield throw.
Okay. You guys really want to do this? And the rest of you are not doing anything.
I am so game for this.
To be fair,
we
I'm
probably
driving the
used
front
to
wagon.
it.
I don't think I would have noticed anything.
At this point, if Kithwin is noticing it, she's definitely seen enough barroom brawls and enough fights between these two where she's like, they need to get it out of their system.
It's a sibling
There's
rivalry.
nothing else we can do. They have to. They're either going to kill each other or they won't. There's nothing we can do about it at this point.
Okay. That's
She's
fair.
definitely gonna let that rage out.
So,
Folks, we
what
might
do you-
need to stop the
what are you
cart.
trying to do, Shanoa?
I am throwing the shield at the back of his head.
Well, okay.
So
Nice weapon.
At disadvantage, because you've never done this before.
14.
Yeah, that shield just kind of like picks up some air, like a little bit of, like a, like a frisbee that just caught a little bit too much air and just sails off into the distance. What's your strength?
My strength. Just raw strength.
Yeah, your
18.
strength's 18. Yeah, it definitely goes into, past the other side of the carts, about 20 plus feet into the bramble and stuff that edge this. It is on the other side of you now. Thorderin, what are you doing, buddy? You definitely saw that.
So, upon hearing the shield just kind of skidding across the ground, I'll just sit there and stop the horse and look back at Chino and be like, "You don't want it."
Get your ass down here now. No magic, no weapons. Fist.
So is Silver still in the cart right now? Is he asleep or is he awake? Is he just witnessing this shit?
He's just sitting there, just like shaking his head. Probably, he's like, he doesn't really know what's going on. He knows he's still super close to Fandolin. You guys are still moving, so.
Mm-hmm. I
stopped the
I'm
cart.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. It'll be quick. They gotta get it out of their system. They're kind of like siblings.
Come along, damn
So,
children.
oh God. So Thordrin didn't listen to the no magic, and he went for a guiding bolt, and he rolled a nat 20.
That's deadly.
Not
Roll
necessarily.
damage, bud.
Yeah,
Not
your hand.
necessarily. It's only a spell, right?
It's fucking guide. Have you never cast guiding bolt before?
I haven't.
Gee, fuck.
Isn't it the hole and chest thing?
That's 9, 10, that 13 plus, well, nothing. Or do I got to double that because it was a nat 20?
If it's an attack to hit, yeah, that doubles.
Oh,
Yep, the dice that you roll would double. Well, in this case, because we use crunchy crits,
I don't want to.
well, that's unfortunate. That's what you signed up
I'm
for.
dead.
You made
to
a
attack,
fucking choice, dude.
I did. All right, so that would be.
I'm dead.
Well, you wouldn't be dead, would you?
If it's
Yes.
double his HP, he just dies. There's no saving throws.
That's not double his HP. Then I'm good.
Shino, what HP were you at before you took that?
Yeah, that's the other because
Isn't it
because-
double your max HP is deadly?
yes, but
It
hold
is.
on a second.
If you hit 0 and then your max HP amount of damage, you are dead instantly.
So I'm at 18 hit points out of 26.
Okay, so we're good.
You should be fine. But yeah, I mean, we went and stopped these parts as soon as I heard there's something going on back there. I see Thordrin whip out a fucking guiding bolt and shoot Shinoa.
He's emotional. So
I just get up and go,
as
"Holy shit!"
Shinoa,
24. Well, it's a minimum of 24 plus roll your 4d6.
I did, and that was only 12, so we're good.
So you take 36 points of damage.
So upon seeing Shinoa go down, I will just go up to her and immediately do Spare the Dying.
So I want you all to do me a favor. Except for Thorder and Shinoa. You just witnessed something probably even more horrific than literally punching your hand through a goblin's head. This is on a family member. This is probably something that is more than troubling. But I'm not you.
No, Kith is now off the cart and running over to Shinoa, just being like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Sabrina is actually making a run towards Thornton.
Shinoa, are you okay? Shinoa? She just makes eye contact with Thordrin. What did you do? Why? Why do you always have to take it so much farther?
Sabrina would run up and kind of shove him, to get him away from Shinoa. It wouldn't do too much damage or anything, just kind of shove him. It's like, what's wrong with you?
Does anyone have a potion? Guys, potion, anyone?
I got it. Like I said, I walk up and grab her, put Spare the Dying, and immediately do my last spell slot of the day for a Cure Wounds on her. Or
What? So because you can unbreak it, it's okay that you broke it? What's wrong with you?
I told her she didn't want it.
I don't care what you told her.
How much did you heal me for?
That would be 7 plus whatever my plus is. What is my plus? Plus 5.
So I just come to ugh!
Hey,
Pretty much.
It's okay. You're up. We're gonna get you back on the cart. Don't. And she just leans in. She knows Shinoa. Don't go back after him right now. It's not good. He's not in a good place. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him right now. But that's not something I've seen from him ever.
I will struggle and get up and stumble and look for my shield.
I'll go and help you look for your shield. She's all 3 feet of hers trying to be some sort of crutch for you.
Yeah.
You can just put a hand on her head or something.
It's that punch drunk pinball.
Sabrina, after just glaring off to Thornton, she runs back to try and help with Shinoa to get her to the
And
cart.
just as I walk back to the cart, just in Dwarvish, no honor. no honor. And I just plop down on the cart and cast Second Wind.
It's not a spell, but
Well, I do Second Wind. I cast it.
I
Can-
casted it.
I casted it.
Once
I'm
when she has
a magic fighter.
once she has Shanoa settled, she goes back up to the cart with Malux, but she cannot make eye contact with Thordrin. She's so fucking disappointed.
Yeah.
She's just disgusted and disappointed, cannot look at him, doesn't want to talk to him, and just goes straight to the cart and sits down. He's
As
so
you,
family. I'm not kicking him out,
I'm
but that
not
was
mad
the
at you.
worst
I'm just
thing.
very disappointed in
Yeah, kind of.
So
Like-
Thordrin kind of
Which-
takes all of
which
this,
part?
and as he gets up onto the horse again, he just kind of like rides away, just kind of like rubbing his chest a bit, and just kind of labored breathing a little bit, and just rides off ahead of everybody.
Kithwin, you do notice when you hop up into the seat that Malux is basically is withdrawn into the corner of this seat, holding onto the reins, like frozen in almost fear.
Hey,
Just this, oh shit, why is this happening? Kind of. probably true.
hey, buddy, are you okay? He's gone. Shanoa's okay.
is it over? Is it over?
It's over. It's over, hun. Here, I'll take over driving. You just do you want to go lay down?
Is she okay?
She's okay. She's okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, center. I'm gonna teach you something my mom used to teach me when I got all scared. Just breathe in,
Okay.
deep. Now tell me. Look around. Tell me some things you see.
Trees.
Yeah, trees. Trees are good. Do you see stars?
It's nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just.
Is
Okay,
that
good.
good? Should I not be seeing stars?
No. The stars are good. The stars are good. Do you see me? What color are my eyes?
What color are you?
They're green.
Yeah.
Good. Great.
Okay. See, everything's okay. And she's trying to make her face as happy. She doesn't feel very happy right now, but she's trying to make herself look as happy and welcoming. You know, that genuine bartender thing where they're just like, see, everything's okay. Everything's good. Okay? Okay.
I'm gonna.
I'll take over driving. You rest for a bit.
Okay. I'm gonna.
And wordlessly, after that, even saying "I'm gonna," he just crawls into the back of the wagon and just kind of sits there.
I start up the wagon and keep going to Faldrin. Sorry about all that, Sildar. We'll get you to Faldrin before the end of the day, I'm sure.
Sure.
You
but-
rev the carriage engine because you said I start the carriage, and I just think
I
of the
start-
carriage engine.
Yeah. You,
Yeah,
It might be. He just rode off with my horse.
I'll handle that later. We'll figure that out. He almost killed
That's a
one of our friends. So
120
one thing at a time.
horse. He's a thief.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to Gundren about that when we rescue him, because Gundren is his legal guardian. So there's that.
Be an ass whipping, I hope.
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's something going on, and he's not normally like that. We've been out here for 2 days, and it's completely changed him.
We're almost there. It's not much farther.
Okay. Don't
Perhaps
worry. We'll be out of your hair soon. And I am so sorry.
Maybe it's best that I don't hire you to go do something. You might not come back alive due to your own inability to maintain civil conversation, at least. I don't know what's going on between those two, but okay, let's go.
I have a good track record. Have you ever heard of the night bottles? We can be pretty trusted.
Well, I think I've drinking at your establishment more than once, but nevertheless, I'll be drinking tonight. Let's make way.
Yes, sir.
Sabrina, did you get my message? I've tried to remind you like 6 times.
Out the back of the wagon while Sabrina's checking her DMs. Shinoa will hear Willix go, Shinoa,
Yes.
you okay?
Okay.
You don't hear anything.
Cool.
So, making your guys' way, with nothing more than a small dust trail ahead of you of Thordrin, just full gallop ahead. You lose sight of him at some point. But at this point in time, it is starting to get a little dark. You're actually arriving a little earlier than what you had thought, even with the kind of kerfuffle that went on and some of the things. You guys all have had communication, talks, banter, backlash, whiplash, the other lash, all kinds of lash.
Death.
But to make it easy on you, you can add to your coffers, just so you know. Along the way, somebody went through and tried to count as best as they could of the information in the chest. So in the chest, make this easy because we'll continue to forget if I just don't do this. There is 1,700 copper pieces, 150 silver pieces. Remember, there's that small frog statue, green jade, I believe, with gold eyes. That's approximately 40 gold pieces. And then there are 5 potions. Sabrina's going to roll it can be investigation. That's fine.
Okay.
Arcana or investigation. It's up to you.
I have a +5 on both, so I'll just do investigation.
Okay.
So it's 13 + 5 for an 18.
So you readily identify 3 of the potions because you've seen them before. There are 3 healing potions, just your standard 2d4 + 2. The other 2 potions, one is gaseous form, and the other is fire resistance.
Gaseous form and fire resistance.
Yep. One very, very helpful. One, who cares? I don't care about fire resistance.
I don't need it.
Gaseous form's pretty cool, though.
Okay.
It could be handy if somebody's like hanging out next to our wild magic person. You never know when that
Hey.
fireball's going to drop.
What's your
Nope,
reaction?
you can
Chug
drink
the
a potion
potion.
as a
Chug the
reaction.
potion.
Nope, didn't make it.
Should I offer the health potion to anyone who needs it, or have we short rested enough?
So when you get to town, so we're going to say if there's nothing more, you guys are at the edge of town. When you get to town, except for Shinoa and except for Thordrin, you have completed a short rest.
Got it.
Okay, it really is not going to mean much unless you guys incite a riot, but you will have some place to stay. Once you get to town, once you get to once you get to town, as soon as you're kind of get right into town, off to your left-hand side is going to be Barthen's Provisions. Just up ahead is a place called the Stonehill Inn. And right across, kind of on that same side, would be the left-hand side. Across from there is also is Thames Spirit and Ale House. So
That looks like it's as good a place as any.
You were going to where?
We should probably go get some rooms.
I'm so sorry, DM. Above game, I did have somebody I knew in the area that would be willing to put us up. However, the notes I had that information crashed. Would you please be willing to give me that name again?
Yeah. So in Phandalin, you would know Tem, Tem, from Thames Spirit and Ale House. He does, and you guys have purchased from him at your own inn or your own
Tavern.
I was trying to say bar.
I mean, it all means the same thing.
Yeah, he distributes something called Thames Fire Whiskey, and also he has a brand of hot ale that is really popular. You've been there a few times. I think we discussed this, or you've lost it, but that's fine. We've discussed this. You've gone there a few times. You know this individual. This individual does trade. And,
I remembered all of that. I didn't have the name in my head. I was like, darn it, where's the name?
But that's just down the block. But remember, you're supposed to drop off your provisions at where?
Barthren's Emporium.
We're definitely going to start there and then see what the vibe is. And Thames can be a good backup.
Okay. So once you make your way into town, at Barthram's Provisions, there's an area right in front. Looks like your typical kind of raised, kind of a walkway that sits about level with the back of the wagons. You could probably pull the wagons in there some way. Right in front of that is a small area with a horse trough, and tied up to a small area is going to be Sildar's horse, but there is no Thordrin to be seen.
Sildar, we found your horse.
Very well. You're gonna drop off these provisions and talk to Elmina. I'm gonna go into town and see what I can find out. It might be best that I meet you a little bit later. This at Stonehill Inn. They should be able to give you some lodging. If not, drop my name. Be a name dropper in this town. If not, find out what Elmira can do for you, and we'll figure it out. But I need to get something to eat, and to talk to some individuals. I will give you guys that. I'll wait till we get down there a little bit farther. But if that's what you'd want to do, if you can give me one quick second, I will be right back. But if you guys want to discuss what your problem might do in the morning or something like that, I can still hear you.
Yes, sir. I don't even know.
When are we getting paid?
I think he needs to go kind of gather himself, and we'll meet him tomorrow at the Stonehill Inn.
What if he got scared off that we're gonna kill him because of
Sildar's not supposed to be
I think we'll know where to find him.
It's late night. We might not be able to get payment until tomorrow, anyways. So we should probably go find rooms or something.
Like find some drinks and then a room.
That could be worked out. I do know someone in the area who sells a pretty mean fire whiskey.
Yeah, plus I know a really angry dwarf that's gonna foot the bill soon. If we find him.
Well, I think we need to ask Shanoa if she wants to find him.
Fuck him.
I'm with Shanoa right now. He needs to cool off.
I don't think it's something we're going to be able to force. I tried yelling. I tried being nice. He's got something. Something's wrong with him right now, and I don't know what it is. I wish he would have told us. It's got to be more than just his uncle. I mean, he's your uncle too.
Hopefully he's dead in the woods somewhere.
I don't want to go that far.
She just died and came back to life. Give her a minute.
I know.
Emotions are high.
And no honored bastard. He wants to do everything his way. He can't do a fair fight.
Can we please stop screaming? Can we please stop screaming?
Okay.
sorry.
Hey.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
So let's start with the next right thing, right? So the next right thing would be maybe some drinks, talk about what we should do in the morning. We're still gonna go food, drinks. We have some gold left. I can maybe talk to the bartenders, see if there's any information we can glean on activity in the area. I don't know if we're gonna have like a job anymore with this guy, so we'll figure that out later. But yes,
One
next
last
right
thing.
thing. Next right thing, let's get some food in us. I haven't eaten in quite some time. I gave all my food away. So let's go.
You had gotten up. Are we able to get the payment, or do we have to wait in the morning?
No, as soon as you get there, having these brief conversations, Sildar leaving, a couple individuals come out, just look like hired hands, but Elmina just come out and greets you. And well, I've seen you made it. I haven't seen Gundren yet, but just I have your payment here already for you. Is there? Let's see, he was telling me that once you got here, you were to take one wagon back with you. So we'll unload them and have one of the other wagons and oxen ready for you in the morning. The horses. Do you need livery for the horses as well? I can provide that overnight. And did you need some place to sleep? It's getting about dinner time anyway.
If you're willing to provide, yes, I do think somewhere to sleep would be nice.
Well, I can actually I can provide you. It won't be here. It won't be here. But if you head on down, right down just on your left, you can see it from here. At the inn, you can go ahead and just let them know that I am paying for your accommodations at the Stonehill Inn and breakfast and you can pay for your ale and wine on your own. But in breakfast and in some dinner at least. It's probably been a long travel for you.
Yes, sir. We'll head on over, and we appreciate everything.
No problem. No problem. If you see Gundren, tell him hi. I'm expecting him here any day now, along with his brothers.
Kithwin just kind of looks like, I don't know if I want to get into that right now, but need to know basis. Yeah. He has definitely been delayed, but hopefully we'll be able to get him back here in a bit.
You guys gonna make your way down there?
Yeah. I think we need some food, some drink, and sleep.
I'm waiting for a quick message. But as you make your way down, okay. As you make your way down the center of town, more towards the center of town, there's basically all there is there's a large kind of green open area, a little bit of an open area. There's a very large newly built kind of roadhouse of fieldstone and roughly hewn timbers. This massive common room. We have plenty of locals in there that are just kind of getting ready for the evening, maybe just stumbling in. As you start to make your way inside individually or as a group, heads do turn in your direction. I mean, you're new to town per se.
Yay, tension.
So, we probably don't recognize anyone in here, do we?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. I'll put a Ties of Chaos into that one.
Okay.
High result is an 18.
Okay. You don't recognize anybody in here. You don't, Malukes.
Cool.
14 on my part.
I also rolled about a 14.
I got a 15.
You guys really don't notice much of
20.
anything.
22.
In that perception roll, are there any other dragonborn?
There are no other dragonborn. This is mostly human, maybe some half elves, maybe a gnome or two. But I will say, are you guys all going in as one, or are you just individual, or?
I mean, we're all
I would
kind of
say a
going
group.
in.
Yeah, it was a group.
I'm definitely with any
Sticking
grouping
together.
number. Or
Uh,
whatever.
Am I able to, just because I'm a barmaid, I'm kind of familiar with how bars work. Am I able to find like something that would be a quieter corner? Because I know Malukes is a little overstimulated.
Yeah, we can put you in a quiet corner, dearie. Hold on a second. Let's do this for shits and giggles. Elsa, the dwarven bartender, approaches you all. This individual also would have the responsibility for divvying out one of the 6 rooms that are here. And if inquiring about rooms, how does that conversation go? Do you guys want food? Do you want drink? What do you want? Oh, and you were also paid 20 gold pieces each. Just to put that on your sheets. That was the remaining.
I would definitely kind of go up to her and be like, "Hello, my name's Kit the Night Bottle. We were just recently employed with Sildar and his group, and he pointed us in your direction, said that you had very good accommodations and that he'd be willing to flip the bill for maybe a room or two and breakfast and dinner. But we'll definitely pay for our own ale. You don't have to worry about that. If you're able to provide, if you're willing."
You just came into town. You accompanied by Sildar, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Which one of you is Shanoa?
Oh, that would be my good friend Shanoa. And she just gestures.
You are handed, hold on a second, I will send it to you. You are handed a note.
Oh boy.
Shanoa. Hold on, let me send that to you. Oh, I hate this. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
Hands you a little piece of paper. Somebody wanted me to, little dwarf buddy just wanted me to give this to you. So, we do have rooms that they're two occupied twice. It's 2 beds per room. And then if you want something to eat, I'm bringing that out for you. That's not a problem. A round of ale is fine. But anything after that, you have to provide for yourself. And then at dawn, approximately half an hour after dawn, sunrise, excuse me, breakfast will be served, and it's a buffet style breakfast. You're welcome to that as well.
Yes, ma'am. That sounds lovely. Is it okay if we sit over in this quiet area over here for a bit before going up?
Of course. And pulls out a towel and kind of makes it kind of clean off for you the best as possible. This is one of the newer buildings in town, but it's still.
You do great work, and this tavern's amazing. I'm in the business as well. I can tell this place is great.
Well, you do look a little familiar. I think I've seen you here before. Possibly in another tavern here, but maybe not.
Oh, you might have seen my father, Aruno Nightbottle.
Of course. No. Of course. How is he doing? And he's still in Floodblessed.
Yeah. Last time I checked, we were doing pretty good. Still, business is still trickling in. We get some, like our nice bard friend Eva is always playing a good tune, and it's a good time all around. If you're ever in town, please, I'm sure we'd be happy to reciprocate and have you come on over.
Most definitely, yes. But let me go get these orders in real quick. Okay, sir, hold on. I'm bloody well talking to them. You're gonna interrupt me some more? You want me to kick you the fuck out? So just settle the fuck down a minute, and I'll get to you. He kind of goes off and into the back, and see some other individuals, help and things like that running around. And nobody really kind of out of the ordinary. Nobody really jumps out at you as knowing anything, or just regular people walking in and out. The one thing you do after a short period of time, your food does come out, drinks are handed around, and Maluk's. A small female gnome has walked in.
Okay.
And as she's walked in, glancing around, maybe as she does, just an average individual, she does kind of stop and look directly at you.
Kind of making inquisitive. Yeah, kind of seeing a little bit of the weird eye contact thing. My eyes blind a bit, and I just go back to my water. Like I'm just trying to be like I was not staring. I'm just here, just
okay,
minding my own business.
Okay. Endymion, what are you doing?
I'm just looking around, trying to get my head right. So I just start running my little cons, seeing who's around, and just kind of distract myself. And then did we already ask for a food menu or something, guys? Because are we gonna sit here and just eat?
Yeah. No, taverns usually have a prepared thing that is always they kind of serve either the same thing or they have a meal that they're serving everyone at night. So she said that she was going to bring it over, and then there's a buffet style breakfast in the morning. So hopefully it's something real good. I've heard this place is great.
What style breakfast?
Buffet. I think it's Sylvan, but it's a fancy Fey elf word for lots of food one place, and you just go and grab it.
Luke's just sitting there trying to pay his own.
I just want to eat. Please give me order some food.
It's on its way, Sabrina. I promise it's on its way.
Several large platters kind of make their way out, served by a couple individual people, and not Elsa, and a plethora of meats, different meats, chicken and beef and pork, a platter of root vegetables, some potatoes and beets and prepared carrots and things like that, bread, small cheese platter. This is ample enough food for the average 4, 5, 6 humans to consume. A tankard of ale is put out. If you wanted to change it to wine, they're probably going to ask you for a coin or two. But other than that, not too much is made of it. People still are kind of giving you guys this, like, it's calmed down a little bit, but still that kind of like new people in town, kind of feeling you out.
Yeah. I lean over towards, I don't know who exactly is sitting next to me, but like I would probably lean in Kithlin's direction, or literally, I don't know. Does anybody want to roll to see who's next?
Sabrina would toss her hair.
Yeah, I'd probably lean over. I guess if Sabrina's right there, just go, hey, there's a lot of people who are watching us. There's like a gnome lady who walked in, looked like she was looking for us, and I don't know what's up with that. But like, seeing as I'm so tall, do you see her?
Yeah, she's kind of got the booster seat at the end of the bar, having a little bit of a meal, having a little bit of what appears to be ale or wine or some kind of a drink in a smaller cup.
She's still staring at us?
Every once in a while, she looks over. I mean, honestly, every once in a while she'll look over and like almost give an inquisitive, like, I know you look.
Do you want me to go over and talk to her?
No, it's fine. If I don't know who that person is, so it's just.
Do you think maybe she knows your mom's?
Honest to God, like, kind of pitch my head back a bit and think, that could be the case. If any, I don't know. I kind of don't want to go ask because it's awkward and I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know. It's just there's the lady just keeps staring at me.
Listen, okay, I'll slyly and use like whatever knowledge. I was like, Sabrina, do you want us to? Should we go over there and talk to her, or should we just kind of do like? Can you vibe check anything off of her?
Sabrina, what? Can I insight check or investigate check from here?
Yeah, you can. You guys have a whole list of skills.
Okay.
Use them.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for insight then. All right. Hope for something, but she would be of the stance of not approaching. More of a let me check.
Okay.
I just don't want to let this possible plot hook just ramble on by.
That's gonna be 15 with +5 for a dirty 20.
Okay.
Oh wait, sorry, my bad. 14, 19. So +4, not 5. So 19. Sorry.
You don't really get much from this person sitting at the bar eating food. They may glance over, maybe they catch you glancing at them, and there's not a quick like, oh my god, they're looking at me look. More like a eating some more food.
All right. Well, I'm not an expert, but I'm not sensing anything malicious. Maybe we just haven't seen a dragonborn in a while.
We could go ask. You want to go ask?
No,
Maybe
I want to
she's
eat
hungry.
my food.
You guys can eat your food. I didn't go ask.
No, I'm just. It's right. I'm in a new town. I haven't been outside before. It's just because I'm a weird-looking human.
You're a weirdo.
I mean, is it gonna eat away at you if you don't know?
It's more along the lines of I would like it if people stop staring.
Maybe she thought you were taller.
That's a weird magic thing that happened. I don't know.
While
I don't know who that is.
while they're all discussing this, I just get up from my chair and just go and sit where this gnome is.
Thank you.
And just sit down. I'm like, do you have a problem with my friend?
Excuse me, dearie?
You're not very subtle. Do you have a problem with my dragonborn friend over there?
Oh, I like a good smart aleck every once in a while.
I've had a rough day. Cut the bullshit. What do you want with my friend?
Dearie, first and foremost, what I would like to tell you before you're assaulted and thrown out of this establishment is that I don't know you, so for you to approach me in this manner is quite unnerving. But the fact of the matter is this. That is Adela and Charlotte's son, correct?
Yes.
Chinoa, your answer is?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Wait.
I'm in danger.
Oh no. I said yes.
Okay. Well, I was wondering that. I don't see many dragonborns wandering around in close proximity. I was going to ask, but I mean, I could have been wrong. But since you brought it up in such a bold manner, my name's Frida, and yours?
Shinoa.
Oh. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to finish my meal, Shinoa, and then make my way over there, or at least say hi and ask how his family is doing, if you don't mind, Shinoa.
As long as there's no ill intent with what you're going to say to him, we have no quarrels.
Can I ask who's beaten your pony today?
God, if Shinoa takes a swing, I will back her up.
Brian, can you let Charles back in?
You talk rather big for someone rather small. I'll let this slide one time.
I like her.
Dearie. I think you best be on.
Like, I start to get up, and then she says that, I think I'll stay right here.
Very well. I'll show you how to properly eat food. You're probably not accustomed to that. Do you need a handkerchief? Probably eat with your hands, something of that nature.
Keep pushing your luck.
Bring in mad shade.
So
Can I see what's going on from where I am?
You can see a conversation going back and forth. You may see some tension in the conversation, but hearing the conversation, it's probably just loud enough in here that you can't really hear it. But you probably sense some tension.
I think she's just gonna casually wander on over. And she's gathered, by the way, Kith did gather some scraps of food into a napkin and tie it up. In case Thordrin makes it back and he hasn't eaten anything. Because, she's got a plan for everything. And she just kind of gets up, sets that off to the side, kind of very casually walks over with her mug of ale. Hi, who's your new friend, Shinoa?
This friend is Frida.
Oh.
She's a wonderful, charming individual.
Oh, that's good to hear. Hi, I'm Kithwin Nightbottle. What's your name? Frida, you said?
Frida Crosshatch.
Nice to meet you, Frida Crosshatch. We just kind of noticed you glancing over. Have we taken some interest?
Well, like I was trying to say to this impetuous child, the fact is that there's not many dragonborns around, and I was wondering if Adela and Charlotte were
Oh,
parents of that individual, and I know them. I don't really know of him. I know of him, but I've never met him before. But I just
oh,
it it,
forgive Shanoa. It's been a long day. They're usually a little bit better. I can see that there was some tension, but would you like to come join us at our table? I'm sure once Malux knows that you are friends with their mom, he'll open right up.
sure. Shit, Noah, would you like to would you mind grabbing my beverage?
Sure.
Be nice. Please, for me?
Ladies first.
We've got that right.
Why does this have to be nice for you?
The
I'm
butler,
who's in danger.
the butler should remain in the rear anyway. I mean, given the size of your arms, honestly, shit, Noah. I mean, I've probably been hit by rain harder than you can.
Okay. Let's. That's enough of the sassing. Okay. Let's just etch a sketch, like chalkboard, clear it up, start from fresh. Okay. It's been a long day. A long day.
Making her little legs her way over. How are your parents doing? To Maluk's.
Oh, okay. So she makes she just makes her way over to the table. I'm probably sitting there like, I don't know what's gonna happen. My friends are in danger. And she just goes, "How are your parents?" Ah!
Don't worry, Maluk's. She's friends with your moms. You ever hear them talk about a Frida?
I don't know about that, so I'm gonna roll history.
Yes, sir.
15. Would I have ever regarded my mom's talking about a Frida? What was it? Cross stitch, stone hitch,
crosshatch.
Crosshatch. Thank you.
You would have. It's just nothing too relevant in passing. An individual. This is Frida is a gnome weaver. So they may have crossed paths at some point in time. Knowing the work that your parents do and things like that, may have traded, but it's not some intimate relationship. It's just more of we do the same kind of thing relationship, and if cross paths. At some point in time had probably seen you, but was never introduced to you formally. That's probably because of your mother's nature and what we've talked about. But nevertheless, you're a dragonborn,
yeah,
and just kind of putting two and two together. That's all she was doing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and just makes light conversation about how your parents are doing. What are you doing in town?
Yeah,
you're going to be here for a few days.
My mom's. Sorry. Hi, Frida. Yeah, Adela, Charlotte. Yeah, they're doing great. They're still back in town, so they haven't really had to go anywhere lately. But things are doing okay. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Well, you know, if you need anything, any mending of clothes or anything like that while you're here for the next few days, I can help you out. Maybe if somebody needs anything, we'll make it to friends and family if you need anything. But nevertheless, if you need anything, if you have any questions for me, or if how long you said a day or so, you said?
Yeah, we might be here for. I mean, I know we're going to be here for at least till tomorrow morning, so we'll figure out what we're doing by that point.
Okay, well, if there's anything that you need, let me know, and I'll do the same. But I'm usually in here about the same time every evening, having some wine and something to eat. But anyway, good day. Have a good evening. And if you need anything, just let the barkeep know and pass on the information.
Okay, sure. like there maybe is a look of like Maluk's actually suddenly thought of some questions, but now that she's departing, he's like, I'll catch up with her later. But then like the whole like talk to the barkeep and like, oh, there's a tab open in my name or some shit like that makes him go, what the fuck? Oh, what? Who? Huh?
You know, that might not be a bad
Toodles.
idea. Spending tomorrow, at least a little bit of tomorrow, because we have a little bit of time before we have to. I believe it was 2 sundowns. We've done one. We've got one more sundown before we have to meet Glimmer.
So tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow morning we could do some reconnaissance around town, ask some people some questions to see what we dig up. Because this seems like there might be something bigger than just like a caravan robbery going on. Especially with a map to that special cave place.
Yeah, I would like
So
Suspicious.
Elsa comes back over. And as Elsa comes back over, maybe clearing up some plates, asking if you wanted anything else, she hands you 3 keys, unless you're going to only take 2 rooms, and then somebody will have to sleep on the floor or on a mat or something. But do you need 2 rooms, or did you want 3?
I think we could make it work with 2 rooms. What do you guys think?
I'm willing to bunk up.
I noticed that you've met Frida.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
charming
Yeah.
individual.
Lovely.
She
lady.
is quite charming. She is possibly one of the nicest individuals I've ever met in my entire life, unless you cross her.
I like full turn head look at Shanoa and see her reaction to that statement. Just look back. Yeah. So she mentioned if we need anything, we could ask the bartender for that. She
Yeah.
she well made around here?
Excuse me? Things well made.
Yeah, is Frida, is she well made?
Oh, she does a lot to work with the miners and some of the individuals that come into town and need some repairs to their clothing and things like that. Unfortunately, those damn kids that hassle her. But other than that, it is what it is for her, and she does quite a nice little business.
Kids hassle her? Why do people hassle her?
She's such a nice lady.
Being a female, talking to another female, I think that you should probably rise above your station and make sure that you are lifting us up, young lady. Looking straight at Shanoa.
Full boggle eye turned towards Shanoa like, what the fuck?
Everybody's going to hate Shanoa at the end of
but seriously, she does seem kind of nice, and if she's even acquaintances with Maluk's mom, she's got to be a nice enough person. So
no, she is. She can,
so why doesn't hassle her?
Well, kind of looking around. This damn gang of thugs. They call themselves the Red Brand. They hassle the poor individuals for funds and smash windows and hurt people sometimes until they pay them or give them some coin or
a protection racket.
Pretty much. They're just worthless individuals. But there's nothing we can do about them.
Well, maybe that's something I can look into tomorrow morning. Not making any promises, and I don't know what we're going to be getting into, but I'm going to keep that in mind.
Well, I would just, if you're only going to be here for a day or so, I would stay away from the sleeping giant, the inn.
Sleeping giant. Good to know. Anyway, why would we stay anywhere else? We've got this fabulous place.
Well, it is the newest and the most fabulous, I guess. I haven't been able to decorate yet, but I'm getting there. Plan on putting some stuffed owl bears over here. Maybe some bears over here. Maybe a hawk or an eagle. Maybe some stuffed animals of some sort.
Wolves, I hear, liven up the place.
I genuinely think that's actually pretty cool. I do love owlbears. I've never seen one, but I've always found them fascinating.
Oh, wait. I can almost guarantee that if you go out into the forest alone, you'll see one. But you might not come back, but you'll see one.
She suddenly thinks about Thordrin being alone in those woods around owlbears and just being like, just another little small part of the universe. Dear God, don't let him run into an owlbear and fucking die. If he does, I hope he charms it. Fucking hell.
Well, while you're here, honestly, the Northeast Woods, back on the Tribord Trail, you probably want to stay away from that area as well.
Thank you.
The what?
Thank you for all this information.
Tribor, Triboar. That's the trail that you guys turned onto off of the main thoroughfare to get here, where you had your first incident with the goblins.
Don't go near the three little piggies. All right.
Well, I won't keep you from your work, but we really do appreciate everything. I can't wait to see the rooms.
Oh, upstairs, here's your 2 keys. You'll have number 1 and number 2. You said you came with Sildar. I saw you. Sildar will be back tonight at some point. He's in room number 6. That's his normal room when he comes in and. Sorry. I have another note for you guys. No more notes. The Lord's Alliance does stay in number 6. It's kind of a common thing. That would be the best way to refer that in any way. But
permanent residency.
Yeah, it's kind of that their thing. Sildar does make his way in. This is the end of the night. As you guys meander up, do your thing, whatever you're going to do, he does hand at least one of you a small coin purse. That coin purse contains 60 gold. He says that there will be more if you can retrieve his personal equipment. It's not that it's special; it's just special to me. But he would like it. It's easily identifiable by. It has his personal insignia on it, but it also has Lord's Alliance insignias kind of prominently on a bag, on the hilt, on a shield, and on a set of armor. And I believe that is leather or studded leather armor. I'll have to look it up. But nevertheless, hold on one second. I wish
you
I could
said sword, armor, and shield is what we're looking for his stuff? Okay.
Nice equipment. It's kind of one of those things it's not going to take much to identify it once you see it. You know what the insignia looks like. If you need a reference, I will get you that. And then to give you some more information before we close the night, as you were walking into the establishment known as Stonehill Inn, you did pass by a smithy. You saw a small shrine. Almost directly across from you, you also saw the Lion Shield Coster. Lion Shield Coster. That is their big insignia. You definitely noticed that insignia. It might be something you could do in the morning. Other than that, retrieving at least one wagon or leaving it here and going about your way in the next day or so, or by tomorrow evening. Sorry, I've gotten a lot of other DMs and stuff, so I was a little.
No worries. You're doing great.
But other than that, you guys make your way up. Is there a particular 3 in one, 2 in another kind of area, or how are we doing this?
Boys and girls.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need that.
Yeah, that's the usual.
Split a
So
room,
the boy-
Andy.
Oh no, my pen. So we'll put the boys in room 1. Is that okay? That's at the top of the stairs to the left.
Sure.
And we'll put the girls at the top of the stairs to the right. That's in room 2. Any conversations?
Kithwin definitely comes into the room and just flops on whatever soft surface she can find. It's been a long day.
Yeah, make Shanoa sleep on the floor.
I already took a dirt nap.
There's 2 beds in each, right? Each room.
Yeah, there's 2
I
small
can-
beds in.
Kithwin, I can bunk with you. Shanoa, I think you need a bed to yourself tonight.
Yeah.
You definitely need to try and rest and sleep off some of that. Hit.
The note that I was handed, I wad it up and I just throw it at Kithwin. I'm like, that's all you. I don't need this.
What? And she
Do you want
carefully
me to-
uncurls it.
Ken, do you want to give her the note, or do you want me just to do it?
You can do it.
Well, okay.
Well, no, you do what you want with it.
Well,
I already
no.
have-
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to send it what you had sent, or
If you want, you can send it to me over Discord.
yeah. Yeah. Hold on.
And then I'll read it from there.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not going back 35 messages to find it.
Oh, it's not that.
You're good,
not
you're
that.
good.
Be it, I guess, since me and Andy are going to be in the room across the way, I'll just be like, all right, well, ladies, have a good night. We'll be over here in case you need us.
Wink, wink.
Night.
No winking. You're genuine, just dumb young boy. So it's just, we're here if you need anything. Not that I think that you'll need us for anything. I mean, you 3 are very capable, so.
Have a good night, Malukes.
We'll be here. Have a good night.
Don't let-
sheepishly go in.
Don't drop a fireball.
I'm not going to.
What is
Don't think of the
this?
window to the roof.
What? I don't know what to do with this. Lost
What?
control, did not mean to hurt you, have failed you all from Thordrin. It really didn't need to be that serious. I don't know how.
I mean, it was serious at the end of it.
Yeah, but it didn't need to get to that point. We just wanted him to sit still. Just be still. Why can't he just be still?
Because he's never been still. Our whole lives he's wanted to get out and have some great adventure, and when it just didn't go his way, hey, resist the ego can mess with you, okay? Personal experience.
I mean, I get that, but what does he think this is going to do? All it does is just make me worry more that he's about to do something dangerous and stupid.
Or it's a call for attention. Not in a conscious way.
We don't know where to find him. Where is he? Up on the roof? She lifts up a blanket. Under the blankets? What are we supposed to do with this? Except
he's in town.
I mean, we don't. We
He's
know
probably face down in a ditch right now, for all I
he's
care.
probably still headed to that castle with no plan. And he's not going to stop anywhere until then. And I can't go after him anymore. I gave him a chance to be like, hey, let's talk about this calmly. And then you two had a big old fist fight that almost killed you.
Fist fight is a very
Big
loose term. I wanted to settle it, quote unquote, like men, but he decided to take the fucking pussy way out. and use magic.
I think he thought that this would, I don't know, make us see his side of
He doesn't
things or
think.
something. But all it does is just make us worry and hurt us more. I don't understand this type of thinking. I know okay, so we know he feels bad. We already knew that. We already knew he felt bad. Oh, I think we all hoped he felt bad about it, but he should have just come back and we could have talked and squashed it. There's nothing we can do with this. It's not even an apology, really. He just says he didn't mean to do it.
He's not stupid. I think we forget, we tease him and all, but he's not actually stupid. Okay? He's not going to just run in there and just get himself killed. Because if that were the case, then that's a suicide note and we need to mobilize quickly. But I don't know. I don't think that someone who's wanted this his whole life is just going to throw it away that quickly. And maybe level heads and cooler heads would prevail here. Shanoa.
I tried to speak my piece, and he killed me.
That is some rough things. He's going through something. I just wish he would talk about it instead of just lashing out every time. I don't know.
All I know is we can't fix it tonight.
No.
We don't know where he is.
No. If this note had been like, hey, I'm here, come talk, that would be one thing. But there's nothing to this. There's nothing. This might be a cry for help, but it's a cry for help from the abyss. I don't know where it's coming from. We're going to have to just sleep it off, continue with the plan, and hope we'll meet up with him at some point. I guess we could ask around and see if anybody has seen him around town, but I don't know.
He would stand out.
He's okay. Your cousin, Shanoa. What do you want to do about it?
You don't want to hear my answer.
I'll
let cooler heads prevail.
Well, maybe I'll ask again in the morning. Let's get some sleep.
Sleep, please. My muscles ache. Throwing those daggers at her? Yikes, she's fast.
Thank you again for that. I really appreciate it. I was able to do better work knowing that you were looking out for her.
She needed to be looking out for my daggers. One nearly nicked her. I scolded her.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, at least she learned some skills. She's going to need them being out there all by herself.
She's going to be fine in that castle. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Well, and she just flops back on the bed.
That kind of scooches her a bit and then lays down next to her.
Scooches all 3 feet of her into a corner.
Malukes and Endymion, anything you guys need to wrap up before we call it for the night?
I would say in their room, once Malukes has gotten his thing settled in, he hasn't taken anything out. He's kind of still wearing a little bit of his travel clothes since he dusted himself off. But he has his backpack by the foot of the bed. It's just like, so how was your day, Indy?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right until that scene. You know, first it was our parents are fighting, and now we're fighting. You know, it's a lot of fighting. But are you really gonna just go to sleep, or are you just gonna go out? What happened? What do you mean, what? Are we out here for some adventure, and you're gonna go to sleep?
I mean, it's... I've got to get some sleep because, you know, I do that. I don't know if you're going to go out.
I mean, there was an owlbear talk, so that sounded pretty fucking cool. Plus, if
yeah,
anything,
that does sound kind of cool.
There's also an open tab we could add shit to.
Oh my god, you're right.
You
Listen,
know,
so my mom's never talked about this lady. I don't know what her fucking deal is, but I'm telling you right now, if you need anything patched up, just come to me. I've been working on my thread work, and like I've got. No, you don't want to hear this, but I've got magic that can do stuff like that. Just please, just don't go to her. You know me and my mom's, we don't charge for patch jobs. We don't have
anything.
What?
What does that do anything? We're not paying for it. She said to put it on her name, right, or something.
Yeah, but she said she would give a rate if we needed anything patched up. I can do that. I'll do it for free. So I don't know what her angle is, and apparently she pissed off Shanoa. I mean, I know Shanoa's probably angry about a bunch of stuff right now, and like darn tootin', she's fully deserves to be.
Well, apparently they say she helps miners, but is that the ones with the pickaxe or the other kind?
Seeing as some of the youngsters harass her, I don't think it's a
Well, that's all. No, maybe there's bad working conditions, and that's why the kids are upset. You know.
Miners.
No, regular pick and axe miners. Hi ho.
I know.
There are no.
I love that joke, by the way.
Miners or miners? Miners.
There are no sweatshops in this town.
But other towns, it's all right.
I mean, canonically. Canonically?
No, it's canonically now. It's 100% canonically.
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 Canonically, child labor is the thing in D&D. I'm just saying.
Thorndrin.
Yeah.
Would you like to say anything before we close the evening?
So, Thorndrin is.
Sorry, real quick. I'm heading out.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean, let's go, or you're staying.
I hear Eddie's about to go out and do stuff, and I think about it. Then I realize, like, I start weighing the pros and cons. Like, I need sleep, and then there's another part that starts weighing in on his head. And goes, "I'll come with," and he gets up from his bed and grabs his stuff.
Remember what happened the last time you went out?
Yeah, and you know what? There are reasons for this choice.
Oh no, those bandits are setting this town on fire.
For some reason, like, I would say probably if Endy's been paying attention to Malux's like face this whole time, just when he starts mentioning the owl bear and all the other things that are going on in town, suddenly it's just there's stuff to do. There's adventure to be had. And it kind of beats sitting here alone in my own room.
I can't wait to start next.
Fuck it. We're on an adventure. Let's do this. I'm with you.
So,
I can't wait to start the next adventure with just the two of you off on your own little thing.
A level of exhaustion. I don't care. This is fun.
So,
Scooby and Shaggy.
Yeah. So as we run down, I'm gonna take advantage of like the adrenaline going on and just keep running out the end instead of the food part.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. No, we're gonna
Oh,
hold you
okay,
guys there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna hold you guys there because we're a little over 3 hours. We're gonna hold you guys right there. Right. Kithwin, Sabrina, and Shanoa, real quick. As you guys are drifting off to sleep, you start to hear the pitter-pattery kind of sound of heavy rainfall. The crack of lightning, thunder in the distance. Malux and Endymion, as you're making your way down the stairs, you see a few people start to come in from the outside, not drenched, but recently, maybe like a flash storm kind of a thing, kind of roll in and starting to get wet, and they're trying to escape escape getting fully drenched, kind of make their way in, and you see some people looking out the windows and maybe hunkering down a little bit. A few more logs go on the fire. Some more ales get passed around. You guys are just down at the bottom of the stairs. We'll hold you there. We'll hold the ladies asleep, or just drifting off to sleep. And Thordrin, you're up, buddy.
So, as everybody else is in town, Thordrin is just running through the woods, trying to run away from something. He doesn't know if it's actually there or not. His heart is just beating a million miles an hour, and he doesn't know what's happening. Kind of the shadows in the woods as it's, lightning and everything going off, like all of the shadows are just kind of like creeping in on him, and he just doesn't know what to do. Like his hands are trembling a little bit, and he just starts letting out like an ungodly dwarven scream, and he just bare hands starts beating trees, rocks, whatever is within reach of him, as he is just in a full-blown panic. He doesn't know what's going on. And he will do that until he blacks out. You're muted, sir.
So Thordrin, making your way out into the forest. It's not that you're lost. It's not that you're found. It's a constant feeling of something's following me, but nothing's there. In your head, you can imagine all types of things. Things that you probably have never seen before, never heard of before, but they're popping up in your head. That weird kind of detached moments in time in which you're piecing together the back half of a horse and the front part of a bear, the flying of an eagle with the crackling almost immediately of thunder and lightning. This presumption that I've got my shit together, but it's so much shit I can't carry it. You sit down under a large oak tree. No one's around. There is no sound of crickets. You see no fireflies. You see darkness, strange images of gray and black and in between. These large oaken limbs seem to come down out of nowhere, embracing you, letting you go. You stand up and run again. And you fall flat on your face, wiping the mud out of your rather short beard, picking up your hammer. The lightning cracks, crackles. Large fist-size raindrops pummel you again and again and again. They mix in with the tears that are running down your face. The trembling of your skin is not from being cold. It's been from being scared. Remembering your youth. Remembering good times, bad times. You see an image in the distance. It calls out to you. You start to make your way up, getting to your feet. You slip in the mud. You pound your fists like a child on the ground, splashing water droplets of mud, grass, cakes onto you. And you flip over, looking straight up into the sky. And a crack of lightning rips across. And you pass out. You find yourself awoke the next morning The rain has subsided. The air is calm. And we will pick up next week.
Awesome. Beautiful.
All right. So we had a little bit of an interesting evening, caught up with a bunch of stuff, got some things underway. Lots of little tiny lore drops that will lead into larger lore drops. But we've got enough information for you guys to head out to where you're going to go, come back and maybe do something if that's what you choose to do. Maybe go home for a while, explore home. But you all look like you're pretty well dead set on getting your asses up tomorrow and getting going. With that, we have approximately 6.5, 7 days until the next time we meet. What I would like each of you to do for me
Homework
is, if there is something that you want to explore or talk about when we get back on in the next time we meet, let me know. You have enough information to maybe you want to poke at something else. If you guys wanted to use the chat that we have, the role play chat, to maybe get a solid idea of, hey, we want to go to XYZ before we head out. You have about 6 hours before you probably have to head out of town to meet up at a location. Malux and Endymion, I have made a note that we're going to start up with you guys first in your little endeavors in the evening. So if there's something specific that you guys would like to go look at, or you just going to want to go wander around town, I have no problem with that. If you would like,
really following Endymion on that one.
If you would like, I have no issue with you guys pulling up a map of Phandalin. You can find that on the D&D Beyond website. If you want to pull up a map of Phandalin and get some ideas of maybe where you want to go. For the most part, the names of the places, unless it's somebody's specific home, if it's a home, you will not know the name of the home. But if it's like the Lion Shield Coster, if it's the smithy, if it's a shrine, those types of things, the miners' exchange, things like that, those types of things are going to have a large placard on the front or some kind of something on the front of them saying that this is what it is. But individual homes or residences, you really won't know what those are. So just ignore that if you see it. But that's going to give you a layout of the town, including the exact location of the Sleeping Giant Inn. So that being said, is there anything else you guys need or want?
Good. I think me and Charles might have to have a chat about which direction we want to go in, because we're running off in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and have those honestly
in the rain.
However you have them, have those conversations. It is heavily pouring right now. That is a benefit to thieves, right? Or a benefit to people trying to be sneaky. It can be a benefit, right? But just keep in mind that if we have a better plan going into what you guys want to do, we'll probably get to the castle in the next session, and probably finish the castle the session after that, depending on what goes on. And then that will lead us directly into your guys's third level. So that's a whole nother session of
debauchery.
Good game, everybody. That was fun.
So usually at the end of the night, we wrap up by saying what we got going on, even though it's always mostly the same stuff. But to pound that drum, usually on Mondays, I stand kind of with my foot in my mouth a little bit. The last 2 Mondays, we haven't because of unforeseen circumstances with some players dealing with some emergencies, some surgeries, some stuffs. We have not been playing on Monday, but next Monday, one way or another, with a friend of Patrick's coming in and one other guest coming on to do some stuff. We're going to be playing on Monday for our Viking themed campaign, Age of the Forsaken. You can come find us there, 8 p.m. Central next Monday. And then next Friday, as far as I know, we are going to be back with Golden Ghost with most of us. Right now, I think just one of us is going to be missing, but that's okay. We got some other stuff to do. So you can find us there. Anybody else? Has anything changed for anybody else? Anybody else got anything going on?
I believe that Friday is the 30th, correct?
The 30th, yeah.
Okay. So the 30th, I'm not sure who's playing. I thought there was more than one or two people that weren't going to be able to play, but we've got plenty of time to figure that out. If not, I may be throwing my hat in the ring to do a one shot for 4 players.
Is it going to be the human fighter one?
It's not going to be a human fighter one, but yes,
it's Human Ranger.
But yes,
it's all human fighters. And they're all arcane archers.
It will be limited to humans. Okay, there is a reason for it. It is going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of at least 20th level. I have no restrictions.
I'm sorry, did you say at least 20th level?
Yes.
It's more for time.
And there is, just to put this out there, because I haven't put everything in paper yet, because I don't even know if I'm doing it. I may do it on a different date. It may take a little bit longer for me to flesh everything out and get 4 players to do this. And the reason I say 4 players to do this, I don't want to do 6. I want to make sure that it's a quick one shot. But one of the things I wanted to bring in is I wanted to bring in some DMs. And there's a very specific reason I want knowledgeable DMs to participate in this.
Well, I'm out then.
Well, and it's pretty much unlimited. 20th level, do whatever the hell you want. You want to pick a book, pick a fucking book. I don't care.
I mean, I'm intrigued. I know probably Luckily is intrigued. So just keep us in the loop. I'm not a DM. I have DM'd once.
20th level human fighter.
You can go to you could go to YouTube and find all the broken ass freaking characters. You want to multi-class 17 times? Have at it. You want to have a freaking Vorpal weapon and a god's hammer of smiting? I don't really give a shit. You will literally you can have whatever the fuck you want.
So, to wrap that up, be on the lookout for some kind of crazy ass 20th level bullshit that I will probably be there hosting, not participating in, because he said knowledgeable DMs, and I'm just a good actor. But I'll be there.
3 knowledgeable DMs and 1 shit DM.
Yeah.
Hey,
See, there you go.
Guys, I'll bring up the rear.
Here I go.
I'm down if you'll have me. I'm pretty fucking knowledgeable. I've only DM'd for players of 1 or 2 players before, but I could do it.
We'll figure it out. It's pretty. To be honest with you, it's pretty broken. But the DM portion of it is specifically because, and I don't want to give too much away because I haven't gotten it all tweaked.
Absolutely.
But you are DMs.
Ooh. So, no, I got you.
You will be making the rules, and you will be utilizing your DMG to make the rules. So
I have never once read the DMG, but anyway, that's good. So be on the lookout for that at some point. Either way, next Friday there is going to be some D&D played on this channel, one way or another. Amy, either way, we're going to have a game going. If you're not doing anything, you can come partake in some pirate craziness if you want. I can get you the info for that. But either way, some D&D will be happening. Any other announcements anybody else wants to make? It's my birthday on Friday. That's kind of cool.
I wasn't going to say anything. I did mention it to a few people before you got on the air. I didn't want to say anything.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it is going to be my birthday. I'm trying not to be stressed this week. I got a really hard week at work, and today was just a bad day. So I apologize if that came out in game. I didn't mean it to.
Hey, the story is the story. You're just playing the story. You're playing the character true.
Story.
You're good.
But with that being said, thank you all for watching, either live or on playback. Either way, we love you all. And with that, I do believe we're ready to say goodnight, right, guys? All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.